And I go with the flow. Yeah, I go with the flow. Yeah, I go with the flow. Cause I know I'm the show. In the zone.
You know how many times I would record something and like stop the whole entire video and do it all over again?
Yep. All right, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Toe Taz from the Nukkle HeDD podcast. We got Kenny from the DaCallUp, and we got Dave from the Prowrestling podcast. What's up, everybody? We out here, man. It's Christmas Eve. Well, right now it's 12 o'clock, so it's Christmas Day. Y'all gonna be seeing this on Christmas Day, hopefully. And it's a Christmas special for the Toe and the Show show. The show is doing his family thing. Yeah, he's doing his family thing. But, you know, we got a special one for today. What's going on, guys? How y'all doing?
I'm good, man. You know, chilling here at work, hiding out, talking to you, you know, talking shit.
I hear you. I dig it, man. I dig it.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, man. Yo, you know, speaking of Christmas, all three of us, you know, the holidays are different for most people. You know, so I wanted to get into that. Like, you know, we all lost people, and I'm pretty sure there's people out there that lost people. So the holidays, you know, start feeling different, right? And I wanted to ask y'all, like, has it ever been a time where it didn't feel different, or you never got that old feeling back?
I don't know. Like, I guess, like, for me, maybe like a couple of, like, I'll probably say maybe like 2 years ago, it felt a little good, you know what I mean? But then it was just like, you know, you get that feeling back again where you're just like, I just want the holidays to be over with so I can just go back to like somewhat normal living, you know what I mean? You don't have to like deal with the gift giving and people want to do memory shit or whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I hear you. What about you, Dave?
I don't know. I kind of lost the Christmas feeling a long time ago, but I mean, at least to me, it doesn't feel like Christmas.
Yeah.
Nah, I hear you.
Because I feel like, you know, first of all, seasonal depression is a real thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that, I mean, this year has been really tough on me. You know, I've shared that with you guys plenty of times, and it's, you know, Thanksgiving was hard. This is a little harder. So I'm just kind of like, you know, putting on a brave face and taking it minute by minute. So that's, I mean, yeah. I mean, but it is what it is. I'm here. I'm on the Toe in the Show with Kenny.
We
in the
chilling
toe.
right now.
So
but I you know, I get what Dave was saying,
Yeah.
because it's like for me, like, I have 2 small kids, you know what I mean? So it's like, you know, you gotta get in that Christmas spirit, you know, as best as you can, you know, mostly like, you know, for them, you know, and then, but like a part of you is just like, man, I just want this to be over with, like, because like that, it makes you that you have to be around family, you know what I mean? Like, you can't sit there and be like, I don't want to, you know what, I'm not gonna go here today, and then people are gonna be, oh, but you should come type of feel, you know what I mean? Like, there was days this week that I was just like, I didn't want to be around nobody, you know what I mean? I just wanted to just be left alone, you know. And I don't know if you guys seen it. Like, I would check in periodically at like messages that you guys would like send, and if it was something important, I would like reply back. But it was some goofy stuff, like I would just be like, I'll read it and be like, oh, okay, and I'll just go back to like whatever I was doing. And basically what I was doing was nothing. I was just sitting in my living room, the TV off, just like to myself, collecting my thoughts. That was just me.
Nah, yeah, I hear you. And then that's why I always mention Hogan for you, because that sparks you no matter what, you know.
Like, and then, you know, it was funny because like when we was talking on Tuesday, then like that took my mind off of things for like a good while. So that's when I was like, and then I seen we was I don't know about you, but I felt like maybe we was taking over way too much because Dave kept reading the messages, and I could tell he was laughing, like he's trying to ask the guy a question, but I could see him reading the comment, and then the other dude is reading the comments, and he's just like, and he starts laughing. So then I was like, I went to Dave, I was like, hey, good show. I'm so sorry we started fighting. Like
You guys hijacked the show, man.
I say, yo, I'm so sorry.
Hey man, we tried. We tried.
I was telling you guys right after. I'm like, I love how you guys had your own little debate on a debate show in the comments. Fucking great.
Word. But you know, hey man, we show the love, right?
Nah, I get it.
It was like me and Dave, we was in a spaces together, and Dave was talking about wrestling, and then all of a sudden it just turned left and went to like a whole nother conversation, and I was like, and right when I was about to leave, Dave sends me a private message, and he's like, "Yeah, you left?" I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "This shit just went completely left." Like, I'm not dealing with this. Like, I'm not in the mood for this.
It
like,
was insane.
Like, me
I was
too.
I was talking to this guy about The Rock in like 90s Attitude Era and shit. And then all of a sudden it went from The Rock to the case that recently happened with the Kim Potter chick who got convicted, who that was guilty. And then it went all downhill from there.
Yo, man, that's what happened when you start talking about The Rock. That legal shit gets involved. Hogan gets involved, copyrights gets involved. It's weird. That's why we stay away from on the Thursday podcast because I mentioned The Rock once. I showed The Rock once, and I'm banned for life. You know what I'm saying? Like he don't fuck around. This guy. But yeah,
I'm looking at new ways. Like now, what I did was like you seen the video that I sent you that I showed you guys before. We started recording this, and I was like, how the hell did they get away with this every single week doing this? So I sent them a message. I sent them 2 messages. One to come on the show just to chop it up and talk crap or whatever. You know what I mean? And another one, once I get them on here, to just be like, hey, like, how is it that you guys could like put this intro? Like if you do it for like Spotify, Apple, like that's cool. Like they don't block you. But like YouTube, like stuff like the way you show video, like you show actual like pictures of these people, and no one hit you with a copyright. Like, come on, man! Like, I need to know the secret. Please tell me because we can share it to everyone else, so we can start making some good intros too.
Yo, for real, son. It's like what they speed up the voice or some shit.
I don't know. But if you seen it was my shit on Monday that I was just playing the TV and you didn't even hear the fucking audio, and it was like, oh, you guys play X amount of time. I was like, what? And then the fucking shit about it is we was almost finished.
Yeah.
With the fucking show.
Yeah.
We was going to close to hour number 3 when all of a sudden everything just got shut down.
Yep.
Are you serious?
I'm laughing right now because the way that it played out, because I was watching Kenny's stream when it happened. And it played out like a disaster movie, like everything was shutting down. He goes, Toe goes, oh man, my stream's off. And then Kenny goes, well, what are you talking about? And it just fucking shut down.
Yo, I wish I could go.
Man.
Yo, and the fucked up part about it is that like, okay, so I can't see it on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
Like the only people who could see it is whoever saw it live. So we don't know how it looked to us because when I was on StreamYard, everything was still playing. So I was like, wait a minute. When he said, yo, my shit just got taken down, I was like, wait, that's impossible because I'm on right now. And he was like, no, it's down. I was like, bro, there's no message on StreamYard telling me, because normally it'll tell you. Like StreamYard would give you a warning, like, hey, copyright being detected. It'll tell you whatever it is that you're doing, like if you're playing music in the background or whatever, like shut it off or move to a quieter area. So it didn't give me none of that. It wasn't until I looked on YouTube and I saw the whole stream just done. And I was like, the fuck? So then I went on Facebook and that was done. So I was like, wait a minute, Facebook is down. So then all of a sudden I was like, yo, they hit. Are you serious?
Yeah, and
I was like,
the crazy shit is Kenny can still fucking stream if he wanted to. I'm banned
Yeah.
for 7 supposedly, because I never got an email saying that I got a copyright
Right.
strike. I never got like there's no explanation in my YouTube studio. There's just
Right.
TMF copyright like struck you with a copyright, and they wiped it completely off of my YouTube, so I can't even like look at it. You know how like the wrestling one where we did the awards,
Yeah.
that one it just says blocked and it's still in my content list. This
Mhm.
shit is not in my content list at all. It's
Nah,
nowhere to
they
be
just
seen.
They just
Yeah.
completely. The only spot that didn't take it down, what it did was it kind of just like, and when it got to the point where it said, "Hey, like my shit got taken down," and it jumps to the next video. Like it literally didn't even stop and make a new one. It literally jumps to the next video. And I was like, what the fuck is this?
Wow.
So now I'm sitting here like, so now Davis is like, hey, when you guys are on live, everything's just like doom, 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 doom. I was like, what the fuck? Like even on StreamYard, the shit that doesn't even show that, like it just literally StreamYard just goes right in from the old video into the new one.
Jesus.
And you guys weren't even doing anything that different that you haven't done before. Like I've hopped on a SmackDown watch along with Kenny, and it was the same exact thing, and nothing happened. So
Like
Yeah.
me, Dave was on with me for like an hour and a half, and like the last half an hour of SmackDown, he had to get off because his phone was dying, and literally like I was like, I played a little bit of the audio in the background so I could hear it. When they cut a promo, I would turn it on so I could at least hear the promo
Yeah.
of them talking, and then you can hear it on the playback. So that's why I was like, wait a minute. How they gonna go? I was like, you know what, whatever. And I was like, I wasn't in the mood to like. I was already. If not, listen. If Toe wasn't the one to go fucking bonkers, I would have like, what the? Because when I got the email, I emailed them back, and I was just like, how is it that? Because they said like this is who did the claim, and this is their email. So I emailed them back. I said, I've seen plenty of other watch-alongs where you could hear the whole entire audio of the whole show
Yeah.
playing in the background as they're talking, and there's nothing. They're still up there for months.
Yeah. There was a dude playing the Jake Paul Tyrone Woodley fight on his fucking YouTube page. That's how we watched it.
Yep.
And perfectly fine. But
Yep.
my assumption, because I can't speak to anybody, was we saw the reflection of Raw through Kenny's his eyeballs, the reflection, and knocked you off. Because I emailed that motherfucker too. I emailed whoever, like they had an email in the studio.
Yep.
So I emailed them.
And they never emailed you back.
I said, yo, explain to me why I got copyrighted. I emailed YouTube and I said, yo, first off, me and Kenny from the Call Up, we do a watch along for Monday Night Raw. Kenny needs to watch Raw, so do I. There's no audio or video playing during Raw because we're reacting to Raw live. You know what I'm saying? I was like, so if there's any ambient noise from a TV because somebody's watching it, we can't control that because they need to be able to hear and watch it. That's how it works. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, we can't control that, and we try our best to not show anything. We're just reacting to it. Like, why was I copyright struck? I literally showed Raw on our stream and wasn't copyright struck. Remember that? The first time we did it, I showed it. We was watching it together. And no, I got a claim.
When we did the first one, we did.
Well, no, it wasn't.
My shit got taken off in a matter of like 20 minutes.
It got taken off, but it wasn't struck. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't banned and none of that shit. But
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like I've shown movies on the shit. It was small, but I shown shit and I played promos. You know, while we was doing the watch along when Becky Lynch was talking, I played that and there was nothing. So I'm like, yo, what's going on? They write back, it's unclear. Wait, matter of fact, I got the email right here. Let's read this shit. He goes, thank you for putting in. Let me make this bigger. Thank you for putting in your counter notification. Unfortunately, it's unclear to us whether you have a valid reason for filling a counter notification, so we won't be able to honor your request.
Basically, them telling you go fuck yourself. We don't want to.
Pretty
deal with
much.
it.
Pretty
It's
much.
Christmas.
I have an unclear reason, and I said, "Oh, okay, so it's unclear why you struck me in the first place." I said, I told him, I said, I have a copy of the stream because I record while I stream also. So I actually, if I wanted to, I can re-upload the video and see what they do. If they don't copyright strike because they're racist, and I don't give a fuck, YouTube. Come on the fucking show and we'll talk about this shit man to man or man to woman, whichever one you are. We don't care. But you know what I'm saying? Like I was like, I can send it to you and you can tell me where I got copyright struck from. I have no problem. You know what I'm saying? Like I have no problem. If you can tell me where I went wrong, fine. You just gonna do it? You just gonna take the shit off? That's the problem I have. Cause now we can't even stream. I got, you know, like yeah, Lay, Gigi, Krills, Cabs, Show. They take time out of their day to be on this shit. You know what I'm saying? Time they could be spending with their family or living life. They spend time out of the day to do this shit, to be on the podcast with me, like you guys are now, which I appreciate. And for what? For them to just fucking ban us? Like Mr. Beast literally takes people's content.
Yeah, there's a channel called Botch Club, or something Botch, where they take clips from WWE or AEW.
Botchamania or some shit, right?
That's it.
Yeah.
And they do that, and I've never seen them
Nope.
get fucking taken down.
Yo, there's a guy who does reaction videos to different wrestling stuff. So he has like a top 10, like he'll do top 10 Hurricanranas in like different clips or whatever, right? So it'd be like WWE, AEW, WCW shit, indie stuff, and he literally like he has like millions of views and shit. And I'm like, yo, really? I'm like how the fuck does this happen? Like, how do you like? I'm gonna start testing shit. I'm gonna make a whole new YouTube channel, and I'm gonna just start testing this shit out and see what happens.
Yeah,
that's smart.
Because that's ridiculous, bro. Yeah, like that's fucking crazy.
Because I'm like, a double standard.
I'm like, if you take down my YouTube channel, it's okay. Like, I'm not gonna fight it because simple fact that I already have all my interviews backed up anyway. Yeah. So if I wanted to re-upload my stuff, like, all right, fuck, like I'll just redo it, or I'll just go somewhere else. Like,
yeah. I mean, Spotify and Apple Podcasts, they haven't had a problem with any of the shit that I uploaded. So
nah, I take music from people all the time and put it up on Apple.
They don't give a. They probably don't even listen. They're like, oh, fuck it, everybody can get up and listen. Yeah. But it's weird because of the music shit. I literally seen T-Pain go, yo, like I watch his Twitch streams. I don't know if you are aware that he streams on Twitch.
Yeah, I've seen those.
And he's like making a beat, and he goes, somebody asked him like, yo, what about the copyright shit? He goes, like, yo, us artists are hyped to see y'all use our music on a compilation or some shit because it gets featured and we think it's cool. It's the fucking studio that copyrights you, or the company, like rock whichever one. Right now, off the top of my head, I can't think of them. But the people that own the rights, like they're the ones copyrighting you. And I'm saying like, yo, that's fucking crazy. We're literally promoting Raw, whether we talk shit about it or not, and people are watching it with us. But nope, take that shit down. We saw the twinkle in your eye.
Like I was like, yo, when you was like, yo, I can't even stream. I was like, what? I was like, hold on. So then I moved because, mind you, I wasn't even showing. Like when you seen the TV screen in the background, like first of all, you didn't even see the full thing, and it was too bright, so you couldn't even really tell what the fuck I was watching behind me.
Yeah, you had to know what you was watching in order to know. Yeah, and you had like the top right quarter of the screen showing, so you saw the fans, the empty seats that were in the crowd with Raw, and hey. Listen, I was ready. My bad, Dave, but I was ready to.
No, I'm just saying, like, we did a whole fucking bread bit where we were playing Careless Whispers the whole time and nothing happened.
You know what's funny? When I put up those shorts, the only video that got a copyright claim on it was Pootie's.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. All 8 of those videos, no problem. Pootie rubs ketchup on his face. Copyright claim. I don't know if it was the ketchup or the music.
I got. Well, I mean, not that it matters to me, but the video I made for my dad got copyright claimed.
I know you tell me about that.
Oh yeah, I mean, that's bullshit. Like, yeah, well, fuck your dad.
Yeah, right.
We want that. Yeah, shit.
You know, like I get it. It's you don't want to, you know, steal somebody's work and making money off of somebody else's hard work, but like if you take the time to actually watch this shit, then you can understand. Like if there was a human being going, yo, there's a claim on this video, and a human being goes, oh, this is a tribute to somebody, it's fine. You know what I'm saying? Or yo, they're doing a watch along, it's fine. But you got a machine basically going, oh, we heard a millisecond of someone saying Downey. Take it off. Take it off. And then we email you. Nah, it's unclear what you're doing. So, you know, we're gonna keep it off. What? We're guilty until proven innocent? I thought we was innocent until proven guilty. What country are y'all living in? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the laws of physics cease to exist on this stove, bro. This is my cousin Vinny reference, just in case you didn't know.
I think there's this guy named Sean C too who reviews like new albums that come out, and he plays like a good 10 seconds of the song, and then he pauses it, and then he goes, "Ooh, that bar right there is," you know, he says some shit like that.
Yeah.
But he's still, you know, there's still that 10-second of a song that he's playing, and that video is still up.
Yeah. Well, Pootie does the same shit. He reviews, like he reacts to songs, and he'll play the song and then pause it and, you know, explain something or whatever. He tells me like, yo, I get copyright all the time, but you know, you gotta email them quick or whatever the fuck case may be. So I'm like, all right. So I email him like, yo, now I'm banned, bro. So like, I even hit him up in the emails like, do I need a lawyer here? Because y'all saying that this notification is a legal thing. It's a legal document. So I'm like, do I need representation? Like, am I under arrest? Like, what's going on here? And no one's getting back to me. So I guess this is just you know, a communist fucking site. I kind of want to stop using YouTube, to be honest with you, but there's nothing else. Like I could do Twitch, but you know, like where else can we go? They got a monopoly over the shit.
Yeah, because Twitch is like, it's like you gotta follow. I don't know how Twitch goes, because sometimes when I'll sit there and play a game on Twitch, and like nobody will be on. Like but like if you're on YouTube, you know what I mean, and you just click on, and somebody could randomly type in and be like, yo, WWE, I don't know, fucking greatest hits, and all of a sudden like you pop up, out of like a list, and they'd be like, oh wait, he's going live, like what? Because sometimes I do that. Like if I'm bored and I'm at work, I'll just go to like I hit live and just see what's on, and mostly it's just people from like playing Fortnite and shit. Yeah. So I'll just sit there and watch them for like maybe like 20 minutes and be like, oh okay, I ain't playing this, but all right, like it look okay, it look entertaining. Yeah.
Meanwhile, there was a dude not too long ago, back in like fucking 2018, who was making videos on YouTube stomping puppies. What? And he didn't get taken down. He was doing it for like 10 years, and he didn't get taken down until just 2018.
Wow.
First of all, he's a fucking scumbag.
Yo, for real.
All right.
For real.
For kicking
but
puppies.
But you guys want to watch Raw, and then you're the bad guys.
Yeah. We're the assholes.
Yeah.
Should be out here twerking and shit, half naked. Yeah, but it's cool.
Yeah, no, for real. Like, if we had a pool, I bet you they wouldn't have said anything. You know what I'm saying? I could be streaming in my pool, fucking watching Raw, and they were like, "Oh no, it's fine. It's just a pool stream." You know, but I'm affiliated on Twitch, so people can actually sub to me and donate money and all this other shit. Like I can get paid on Twitch, but I decided that, you know, the people that actually watch on YouTube, we get more people on YouTube watching than on Twitch, but the people that actually come on YouTube know wrestling. Like they're here for a reason. You know what I'm saying? And the people that are on Twitch, they're trying to play video games or, you know, just chill. So I felt like the chat was more engaging. And, you know, we met a lot of cool people, you know, so it was like, all right, YouTube is a better place for this subject. Like, I'm not going to play video games on YouTube. because I used to do that also. I used to, play video games on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook at the same time, and no one came anywhere but on Twitch. Well, Mixer was the better one, but no one came anywhere but on Twitch when I was playing video games. So I'm like, now I don't know what to do. It's like, we gotta find another platform that's gonna. Because it's literally, this is the way I see it. We're slaves to the YouTube, and unless you're popular, you can't buy your freedom. Because like, I don't know if you guys ever heard of Abba and Preach. You aware of these guys? Or like Fresh and Fit podcast, whatever?
No.
All right, so there's a whole thing. So Abba and Preach do reaction videos. So they'll put up videos and they'll react to it and all that other stuff. They're popular. And Fresh and Fit is a podcast where they're mostly made for, they bring in a bunch of women from Miami and they tell them how men are better than them. It's one of those manosphere shit, the red pill motherfuckers. And Abba and Preach were on that show, and then they reviewed the episode they were on. And like they made fun of them, and then this whole beef happened, and then something happened again on the Fresh and Fit, and then they reviewed that shit. Because one of them was basically had a girlfriend that was using for money, whatever the case may be. So Fresh and Fit, copyright struck them. And they're explaining this throughout their video. The Abba and Preach like, yo, the lawyers are involved, and YouTube's like, oh, we watched the video and there's nothing that you guys have to worry about, and blah 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 blah. And I'm sitting like, okay, so there's a human on the other end of YouTube that you can talk to. So I'm sitting here, I'm like, all right, so when I got struck, I was like, maybe I'm afforded the same privilege as these motherfuckers. Right. Psych. The only YouTube person I was able to talk to was whoever handles their Twitter. That was the only reaction. That was the only response I ever got to any of the YouTube emails I sent them, was the one I sent on Twitter when I was like, yo, what's the problem? And then when I replied to that one saying, yo, is it because I'm a small streamer that I'm not getting these emails or afforded the same, courtesy as the bigger ones? Then whoever that was, stopped replying to my tweet.
They say, yo, I'm out. I'm not dealing with this.
Yeah, I find it ridiculous that the only way I can contact someone, and Google sucks too. There's no email. There's no customer service for Google. The only way you can contact somebody is through Twitter. Like I'm not a 6-year-old twat. I'm not a twat. I'm not a 6-year-old child. You know what I'm saying? like I should not have to use Twitter to fucking speak to you. You know what I'm saying? Like there should be a human somewhere that I can email. Like what the fuck, bro? With the amount of people working at home, you're telling me no one can read emails? You need to send a fucking machine?
Yeah, I spoke to somebody at T-Mobile about my phone, and the girl who picked up from the customer service, right? Yeah,
Indian, right?
Clearly, you can no. She sounded black, but
okay.
Right? But she comes there, she gets on the phone, she's talking to me, and she goes, "Oh, I don't know if we could do what I requested something," and she says she couldn't do it. But I think she was distracted because I heard a baby crying in the background. And I was like, yo, you working from home? Get the fuck out. I wanted to ask her. Like my whole sense, I wanted to ask her, like, yo, let me ask you a question. Like, do you got like a special computer at home that they have you doing this shit from, that you could do this shit from home? If so, can you like fix my account? Because like, you slide me your personal number, and I would gladly hook you up. Like, yeah, you can wipe some shit off my fucking account here. You know what I mean? But
meanwhile, she was like rocking the cradle.
Yeah, well, she's talking
doing
to
somebody's hair.
She's talking to me, right? She's talking to me, and all I hear is, I was like, the fuck? And like, at first I was like, yo, do I hear a baby crying? Like, yo, what's going on here?
That could have been her.
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying?
I know she wasn't
there's another T-Mobile customer that's trying to get some shit off his account, and she working from home. You know what I'm saying?
Like, I was like, okay. I was like, I think it's just still working from home. All right, that's what's up.
Word.
The way stuff is going now, it looks like a lot of people are gonna start working from home again.
Yeah, man. Yeah, yo. For some reason, Sprint and Capital One, they don't work from home. They work from fucking India or some shit. I get an email from Capital One saying that, yo, your card has been removed from Apple Pay. I said, what? I didn't remove this shit. And it says if you didn't remove it, call up customer service. I call up customer service, And like, hello, how may I help you? And I was like, what? He goes, how may I help you? Thank you for calling Capital One. I was like, yo, I got an email saying that my card's been removed from Apple Pay, but when I access Apple Pay, it's still there. Oh no, there's probably. Do you recognize any charges? I was like, nah, like there was no fraud. Like, oh, let's put you on a digital call. Okay, all right. And like maybe I get it. Someone who speaks English. Hello, this is Capital One Digital. Thank you for calling. I said, how the what? All right, yo, the Apple Pay shit. Oh no, see what happens when you don't use it? They take it off, and you haven't used it in a while. I said, I used it last week. The fuck are you talking about? I literally went months without using that shit. And I no problem. I said, you know what? Yo, is there a problem with my account? No problem at all. Thank you. Hang up the phone. It's like when you know more than the fucking customer service agent, I don't need to be on this shit no more. I was like, I wonder if I got charged long distance for that one.
Mike.
No, it's toll free.
That's how they get you though.
That's how they tell you data rates may apply to fucking to certain phone calls because of where you calling.
It's like shit, man. That's why don't tell nobody. I use the fucking work phone for that one. Like nah, man. No, I mean like the landline. I don't. No. This is my personal. I don't get.
No. See, me and Dave, they gave us a cell phone. Okay.
Oh, they don't give me.
I use this shit for everything, bro. GPS. Only shit is I don't know. Only thing is now is that they gave us some rule because I think people started abusing it. So say if I go on vacation for like 2 weeks, I gotta hand my shit in.
Oh. Okay. So there was those long distance charges.
I can't take it with me. Like I can't take it with me, type thing. And I've taken this phone to Paris. Like I've used it. I'll be like, yo, I gotta call my mom. I'll be back, and I'll use this phone. I'm like, hello, and then like at the end of the month, they'll send you a email, right? And they'll go and say like, hey, were these charges personal? Like these calls personal, or was it business? And I'll just check off business, like all of them, like business.
Yeah.
And I use the hotspot on here, like when my kids need to go on their tablets and shit. I'll be, yo, just give me 1 second. Let me put my hotspot on. Yo, it's not gonna run up your data, nigga. Shit ain't mine. I don't care.
Word. This is fucking data. Who do you think this is?
I'm like, yo, use the way, my friend. Use the way.
Damn. Now we have the landline. My job don't give us shit. They don't even give us lube when they bend us over.
They want to track us with this, so
Well, they track you with the chip that's in the vaccine, apparently.
I know, and I got 2 chips in me then because I got it in both arms.
Oh shit!
Wow.
Because I got the booster and the flu shot all on the same day.
Oh, nice.
On which arm?
I got the booster was on this arm and the the flu was on the other.
Nice, man.
You are looking a little swole now.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
That's just the flu because I'm fat. Like that's pretty much it.
Yo, are you mandated to get that? Oh, you did that on your own?
I am. No. I have to. I have no choice. If not, they'll suspend me.
Yeah. Well, are you sure?
No. I'm literally. That's what they said. Like here in New York, they'll suspend you. That's it. You'll be sent home without pay.
That's fucked. They told us where I work that you gotta get it, or if not, you have to test every week.
They were doing that in the beginning here. There was just like you can get the shot. If you don't get the shot, you gotta get tested every week. But then the mayor that we had, we only have him for like another couple of weeks, and then he's fucking donezo. And he mandated everybody.
Yeah,
he was like, if you guys don't get it, you're gonna get suspended. And that was like the beginning of November when he did that. And then literally the first day when they said, if you don't do it by this day, don't come to work. You're suspended. Freaking FDNY, there was about like 3,000 call outs. I didn't even know they had that many fucking firefighters, bro. I was just like, what? I was like, shit. They all called out sick because here the thing about it is like when you call out and they tell you, like, if you say, hey, I'm calling out today for a personal reason, they can mandate you to come into work. You know what I mean? Like they'll tell you, like, yo, you no, like if they say if they're short. So say like if you're a team of 10 and like 6 people call out, so now you have 4 people on, and all of a sudden you're the 7th person, you be like, hey, I need to call out on a personal matter. Then I'm like, yo, man, I can't. They're like, I can't honor that request. Like, you're gonna have to come in, you know, because we're short. But if I turn around and say, hey, man, especially now with the COVID numbers going up, and you say, hey, I'm sick, I'm not gonna pass the screening process. They're like, oh, okay, well, you know, stay home. Now you just a 3-man team, and you just gotta like probably maybe call somebody in, or you just gonna have to wing it with the 3 people you got. So here they was just like, listen, if you sick, you sick. Like, so sometimes people call me, like I take a lot of the call outs in the middle of the night. So people will just call and they'll be like, yo, I don't feel well, I'm sick. All right, whatever. I just note it. I'm like, call, like, you know, put it in. You got to call a separate number now to like speak to somebody else so they can notate it in the system type of thing. All I do is I approve it. That's it. So sometimes my bosses will look at me and be like, yo, why did you approve so many call outs? I'm like, fuck you want me to do? Like, they all called out sick. They all said that they sick. What you want me to do? You want me to sit there and tell them no? Nah, I'm good. I'm not going to HR dealing with the board of people upstairs. Like, no way. Like, you deal with that shit.
The word.
That's fucked. I didn't know that your guys' mayor had like so much say into everything.
Oh yeah.
But the new one that we have now coming in, he's a former cop.
Oh shit.
So he said that he's looking into the mandate. He's gonna review the bylaws that they have for the mandation. So in my mind, I'm thinking he's gonna ask that, and everybody's gonna coming back to work. He's probably just gonna tell them like, hey, you gotta go get tested every week. Like, go back to that, but bring your ass back to work.
Yeah.
Because one of my friends, he's been sitting at home since November. Like November, October, he's been sitting home.
So of this year or last year?
Yeah, no. This year, once they did the mandate and you couldn't come to work unless you get the vaccine, he was adamant about it. He was like, yo, I'm not getting no he's like, I'm not getting the shot. He's like, I don't want to get tested every week. Like, he's like, yeah, I do what I need to do. And they was like, yo, just don't come back. And he was like, all right. He's like, fuck it. He just left all his stuff inside his locker. He was just like, hey, yo, if they need anything, here's my combination code. I was like, seriously? He was like, you know, I'm serious. I was like, wow, bro. Like, he just left me. He was my night person with me. He used to make the fucking like the nighttime go by quick.
Now you stuck with us.
Yeah. I make it. I mean, no, not for that. I mean, if I wasn't talking to you guys right now, I'd just be looking at videos or just like handling paperwork and just like change my clothes out and just, you know, stick to my uniform and stuff. But I just hide out. I hide out in this empty place right here because there's nobody here. It's the holiday, so there's nobody like at night.
Yeah.
Here, just me as a supervisor now. So everybody's outside.
Shit, man. Fucking I work in a hospital, the Columbia Presbyterian, and they mandated that shit too. Like right after I got it, they mandated it because I got it for my pops, and like I'm like, yo, not for nothing, it should be a choice. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Like, I don't like this mandate shit. Like, I'm not against it. Like, if it at the beginning, I'm not against it because if it helps, it helps. Whatever the case, but it should be choice. You know what I'm saying? If you're not gonna take the vaccine, get tested, or wear a mask or stay home. These are your choices.
Yep.
Now you're gonna force us to, or we're gonna fire you. It was literally when you on our thing. It was, I think it was by September something. Then they pushed it back to like October, whatever. But if you wasn't fully vaccinated by November, let's say 3rd. You were suspended for 2 weeks without pay, and if you wasn't fully vaccinated by then, they fired you. And yo, a lot of people were like, yo, fuck it, I'm out.
Yep.
A lot of people left. They're like, yo, I'm not doing this shit. And now they're mandating the fucking booster. And I'm like, yo, the booster is just a lesser fucking vaccine.
Exactly.
And I'm like, yo, why are you mandating this shit? And now they're mandating all the patients and visitors be vaccinated.
Yo,
Like, yo, when we had everyone dying from COVID, they didn't give a shit. You come in, wear a mask. Now that everything is there's no cases or very little cases, we mandate you to get a shot. For what? Like, and the patients weren't even vaccinated. They didn't have to prove vaccination when they came in. So I have to be vaccinated and I can still get sick from these niggas?
Yep.
And then you're gonna demand a booster from me, and now all of a sudden, like, you 2 years too late, bro. You 2 years too fucking late. You know, force, like, that's the problem. This is a free country. You know what I'm saying? It's a free country. If you have the right to sit there and protest whatever the fuck you want, or say whatever the fuck you want to whoever the fuck you want, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can literally drive my car anywhere in this fucking country without a problem, playing whatever music I want without a problem. But now I can't come to work because they didn't inject some shit in me. If it was a cure, hey, go ahead. You know what I'm saying? If it killed the virus, go ahead. But this is, in my opinion, this is like, what? You're just injecting shit in me. You're injecting vitamins in me. It obviously didn't work. Giving me more of it, this shit ain't gonna work.
So basically what you're saying is that when Hogan said to take your vitamins and say your prayers, it was bullshit because it didn't help you at all with the injections that they
That
give
was
you.
pre-COVID, Kenny. That was pre-COVID.
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
My fault.
No.
See, it's pre-COVID.
See, Hogan said take your vitamins and say your prayers. He said take your vitamins and say your prayers to be safe. If we would have all took our vitamins and said our prayers, we would have never caught COVID. But now people, since they didn't listen to him, now they're mandating us to get shot in the ass with vitamins.
I didn't get shot in the ass.
No,
I got shot in the arm.
Nah, they shot me in the left butt cheek. It was a big ass needle. They had me bend over.
That was the way.
They put on
bro,
gloves.
That wasn't the way we were supposed to take it. I don't know.
Man.
I don't know where you went, but everybody in New York City got shot in the arm.
I went to the YouTube Center.
Oh.
That's where I got it. The YouTube Center.
Let me ask you something, right?
It was cold.
I always think back, like, now, like, before COVID, right? Like when we was back in, I'm gonna say, what was it, 2019 and shit like that, right?
Yeah.
Like, the stuff you did back then, do you do that now still, or are you kind of like cautious on stuff? Like,
I
meaning,
don't shake people's hands.
like, yeah, like that. So like,
Yeah.
before, you see random people, you like, yo, you know, you give them a pound, you see, you give them a handshake. Now you kind of like, you don't know whether to like shake their hand, give them a dab, whatever, or just do the like Saturday when I went to the movies, I met my my sister-in-law. She came with somebody, right? And the guy, they introduced me, and literally, like, the guy went like this, and I went like this, right? And then he went like this, and I went like this, and we just looked at each other. And at one point, because we just kept going back, and I said, well, and I paused, and I looked at him. I said, hey. Yeah, I was about to do that. Like, you know what? Just give me a hug. Like, just stop. Like, and I said, like, just let's just do this over. Because everybody just looked at us mad weird. And I was like, let's just do this over. And I took his hand. And I said, hey, how's it going? You know what I mean? But like, I find myself doing that a lot with a whole bunch of people. Like, I don't know whether, like, I need to keep my mask on with you. Can I shake your hand? Can I? And then there's other times where, like, I've met people, like at shows, and they're like, oh, I haven't seen you such in a long time, and they all of a sudden they give me a hug, and I'm like, so now I don't know how to feel, like okay, like, even when I met Vin for the first time, when I seen him at Arc the Ash, like, he's sitting there texting me, he's like, yo, we outside. I finally catch up to him, and I have no idea whether, like, yo, should I give him a pound? Should I say what up? Like, should I just stand there and say, hey, how's it going, guys? And then he just came up to me, gave me a pound. He was like, "Yo, man, why are you so tall?" And I was like, "I don't know, man. I was born this way." Like,
Yeah. The disrespect on this fucking guy to meet me with being so tall and shit. You know what I'm saying? No, but yo, I feel you. At the beginning, I was like that, but I'm the type of guy is like, if I know you, I'm gonna give you a pound. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I don't interact with people I don't know that often. You know, because I work. It takes me so fucking long to get home, and then I stream. So that's my life. And on the weekends, I sleep. So if I don't know you, I don't interact with people. But if I know you, I'll give you a pound or whatever you want to do. If you want a dap, I give you a dap. I give you a pound. I give you a hug for the chicks. I don't mind it. Like the patience and all those other. Hey, how you doing? I don't touch. I got my mask on. You know, all that other shit. But
my boy's like that. He lives out in California. He came over here a month ago for like his wedding anniversary. They came to see a UFC fight for their wedding anniversary. I said, that's dope. So he was gonna take a cab, and I said, hell, if you guys don't mind, like I'll come pick you up. You could save the $60-$80 that they would have freaking probably raped you and shit like that to take from you from the airport to your hotel. And he was like, oh, let me run it over with my wife real quick, because you know she's very cautious about stuff. I was like, all right, you know, whatever. And me and her, like I like we know each other. So when she said, oh, it's Kenny, oh, don't worry about it. She's like, I feel safer in Kenny's car than I do in a freaking cab.
yeah, right. There's like countless people in that fucking cab a day. There's you and your kids in your car.
Yep. She's like, oh, he only has his kids inside the car, so he's all right. And he's not gonna have anybody, you know, in the car or whatever. So, and I got wipes and all the other shit inside my car too. So,
I hear you. When it first happened, like when the first breakout, like in April, like April, May or some shit. Yeah, my brother caught it. You know, he went to jury duty and he caught it from there, and he was locked in his room. So I was driving to work, because usually I drive to work and he drives back, and then I just take the bus home. Yeah. But so I was driving to work and driving back home, and when I would have hand wipes and the fucking sanitizer in my car. So when I left work, I would sanitize, go to the bathroom, wash my hands, and then, you know, get in my car, wipe everything I touch, sanitize my hands again, wipe the steering wheel, and then drive home. And when I got home, wiped everything again, and then did the same shit.
Yeah, you almost did every day.
Yeah. Now I'm on some fuck this shit, man. Like I'll sanitize my hands and all that shit, but it's like, you know what, man? Fuck that, bro.
Yo, I used to come home from work, right? And I would like literally I would take all the clothes, put it in the hamper, and be like, I'm gonna wash this later. Take a quick shower, change into like some pajamas, and then I will go and hug like the kids and like my wife and stuff like that in the house. Like it was a rule, like don't touch me, nothing. Right, even my wife, because she wouldn't work with like particular people or whatever. Like her job is mostly like with kids, so she would just be like, "Yo, she's like, oh, I'm gonna come home, shower, whatever." Like I deal with more. I was dealing more with the public, so it was just like I gotta like do X, Y, and Z before I even come home.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But now I kind of just come home, like take my jacket off, and I just sit down on the sofa. I'm like I'll take a shower later. Like I'm done with this shit, man. Fucking, I caught COVID. Like the first time we had when people started getting COVID really bad, I caught that shit in like the beginning stages, like January, before they even said that we was even like they were remotely even talking about COVID.
Yeah,
and I got sick really bad. And then like months later, when I went, the doctor was just like, "Oh, all the symptoms that you said that you told us, it was like I think you had the early stages of COVID, but." Because no one was really testing for it, we didn't know. We just thought you had a fucking cold.
Yeah. See, I was
hurt.
I was sick for like 4 days in February, but I still had on my scent, my taste. I could breathe. I think I just had a cold or whatever the fuck case.
I was out for 2 weeks.
Yeah, my brother was too. My brother, yo,
like I couldn't move.
Yo, when my brother would text me, he's like, "Yo, I gotta use the bathroom." So I locked my dog and my pops in their room, because you know my pops, we was not taking no chance with that shit. And I would see him from like my pops' room walking into the bathroom, bro. He looked like he was 110 years old. Like that's how he was walking. I was like,
Dave, I can only imagine from afar, just looking at his brother walk from one side to the other. He's like this. He give. You see, in New York, we just go. Psst. So you can't give him that. Psst. He just looks at him. He just goes, gives him the head nod. He's like, he's safe. He's safe.
Word.
I'll see you in 2 weeks.
Yeah, really, bro. This shit's crazy.
It's fucking sad though.
Yeah.
Like,
I've
shit,
never
my
gotten
wife-
it.
Me neither.
No.
Me neither.
I have. It's not fun at all. Like the first time I got it, I was out for like 2 weeks because like I had the shakes, my chest was bothering me. It was hard for me to breathe at times. Like at one point, I felt like I was outside playing in the snow with like no clothes on, and I had a hoodie on, sweatpants, socks, and I had a blanket, and I was like shaking. And because I thought that it was just like whatever, I didn't tell nobody. I was just in my room. I was mostly in the living room, and I was just like why the fuck am I cold? And I'm always hot, you know. Like you see at my desk, like I got a fan, you know what I mean, here half the time.
Yeah.
And I'm just like shit, and I felt like fucking completely cold. And then the second time I got it was in the summertime, and that fucked me up. Even that messed me up because I just like it felt like somebody punched me in my face. And what's crazy about it is that when I met you guys, and I did the interview with you, and I had you guys on my show,
Yeah.
I had COVID.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I'm talking to them, and I'm talking to Vin and stuff, and then I'm just like sitting there, and the whole entire time I'm sweating. And mind you, we had the ACs on, and I'm just like buckets. And I can't. If you ever go back and just look at that, you'll see me with the hat on. I'm going like this. I'm going like. Going back like this.
Yeah.
How long you been a wrestling fan?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how I was. And then I'm talking to them, and then like I'm laughing and shit like that because I'm trying to like get myself together. And the whole time I'm like taking sips of water. You didn't see me. You go back, you'll see me mad times going like this because I felt so dehydrated that I was just like, yo. Once it was over and I finished talking to you guys, I went to sleep. I was like, I'm going to bed. Like I can't take this. Like I feel like crap. And I went to sleep.
Yeah, we're gonna have to come back on your show, bro. With this time without you having COVID, so that way you can.
Yeah, we gotta do it. We gotta do it all over again. That's like, and you know what's funny? I was looking back at the like all the people that came on, right? And Dave, we've known each other for like at least a month now, right? And Dave has not come on the show.
Word.
That's bullshit.
He's only come on a stream for like an hour to talk about fucking SmackDown. That's it. But as far as like, no,
I was on the show before.
To do what?
You had me on, but the shit was fucked up. We were supposed to open up a Hulk Hogan fucking figure.
Oh yeah.
And you're like, oh yeah, I'll do it later, and then later never happened.
We were supposed to review WrestleMania 10, and I had the video. I said, yo, I found a video on YouTube. They had the highlights. We could do this. It's easy.
Yeah.
And then the day of, I went to go type the stuff in. I said, Dave, I'm just gonna type this in, and I was like, yo, the video is gone. I was like, they took it off, and I was like, so like me and Dave just talked a little bit about some other shit or whatnot or whatever, and then we finished the street. We finished it, and Dave goes, hey, you know you never unboxed the Hogan, right? And I was like, fuck, like, yeah, that whole shit was just it was horrible. But I gotta like have Dave on again, just solo, just to talk about him. Like that's what I normally would do, on a regular basis. But I've never had you like that. I've always had you like, hey, he's here to help me do this episode here. It wasn't like a, hey, my guest today, you know, is Dave. I always be like, oh, my co-host for the day is Dave from the Pro Wrestling Podcast, and they're like, oh, okay, cool.
No, I gotta come back on, man. Have me on for a one-on-one.
Word.
And then whatever. And Toe, you need to come on after this next. In my opinion, I need you and whoever else to come on for in my opinion.
Yeah, we're down, bro. We're down. Shit, just
I'm gonna be in the chat.
time and place. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I know you'll be in the chat.
Yeah, man. Just name the time and the place, bro. I know we're down to do it. Lay's down to do it. Gigi has a weird schedule. I feel like I caught her.
Her schedule is crazy.
Like I got her in the 3 hours a day that she actually has to do anything. Cause like because I know Kenny was trying to get her on his show for months, and the schedule never lined up.
And that was the crazy thing, is that me and her would talk, and I'm like, yeah, because I was supposed to do an episode. There's an episode on there where I talk about women's wrestling. That's just it. That was like the whole thing. So I had this in my mind. I had this idea. I said, hey, I want to get 2 women who are like super passionate about women's wrestling, not just whole wrestling in general, just women's wrestling, right? And I remember bumping into Gigi because she came on and she was like, hey, I like the stuff that you're doing. And I looked at her page and I was like, I really like your stuff too. And like, you have a lot of knowledge of like women's wrestling. And then there was another girl, right? So I want to do that episode over because the girl was just like, oh, I really don't watch too much women's wrestling. Like, and I was like, what? No, bullshit. She watches women's wrestling, but it's mostly indies. She doesn't watch WWE. She watches a little bit of AEW. So, like, when I mentioned people from WWE, she was just like, yeah, I don't really know they work like that. And I was just like, fuck. I was like, I wish fucking Gigi was here. Right. And it was, and then when me and her was talking, and then she told me about you guys, and I was just like, really? Because I always wanted like a co-host because I hate doing this shit by myself. Yeah. But like Gigi was somebody that I really wanted to like have on with me, and like we could like, you know, chop it up. But like you said, like our schedules never met, like and never lined up. It's even when Gigi won something from me and a contest, and I say, yo, you live in the Bronx, my mom lives in the Bronx, I gotta go to my mom's house anyway. Gigi lives maybe about, I'm gonna say 15 minutes away from my mom's house. Like I could take, like you could take the bus, get off, and walk up the block, and Gigi's house is right there. I drove to her house and waited there, and she was like, yo, I'm trying to get there, man, quick or whatever. But I got stuck at work, and I was like, yo, I'm just gonna mail it to you. I'll talk to you later. Because I was there for like 30 minutes waiting. Yeah. I'm just gonna talk to you later. Like, yo, I'm just gonna mail it.
Damn, son. That's crazy.
I didn't want to leave it on the steps. Yeah. At first I was like, yo, I'll just leave it on the steps. She was like, no, because then they'll take it. Because there's no labels and nothing on
it. Damn, son. Yeah, that's crazy how that works. Well, I've met Gigi through show. You know, so, and then, you know, Gigi shows people and all that. So he was like, yo, there's this girl that I know that likes wrestling, blah, blah. I was like, yo, perfect. You know, we need like a female perspective anyway on the show because you got 3 dudes. It was me, Lay, and Show at the time. It's like, we got 3 dudes, and, you know, to have a woman's perspective, you know, and it's rare that you have a woman that likes wrestling like this. So see if she come on. She's like, yeah, I'm down. I'm like, all right, when's the best day for all of y'all? And she's like, Thursday. And Lay's like, everyone said Thursday. And me and Show is like, whatever day you want, we could do it. It was like, beautiful. And that's when it came down to Thursday at 9 for Gigi is at 10:30 when she, you know, comes on to stream and all that. And I was like, all right. And then I get in contact with you, and you told me that you've been trying to get Gigi on your show for a while. I was like, see, you should have had your Thursdays open.
She told me about you guys. She was like, hey, check out the show that I'm doing on Thursdays. And I was like, all right, cool. I was like, what time does it come on? And she was like, oh, it comes on at like 9 o'clock or whatever. So I remember I watched the first one, and I was just like, shit. I was like, yo, these guys are really good. But I was like, well, where the fuck is Gigi though? And then she came on, like you said, she came on like at 10 o'clock. And I was like, oh, there she goes. And I was like, yo, this is like, it meshes really well. And then she was just like, oh, you got to come on. And I was like, okay, like, and now I'm just stuck with you guys ever since then. Yeah. You know? Yeah. We met Dave and we brought him on, you know.
Word. We wasn't able to get rid of you ever since. I mean, nah, man. Meeting y'all was a blessing, bro. It was cool shit, man. I wish I had time to like have more people, because we tried to have the Turnbuckle Tavern on our show, but they were having just as many problems as you and Pootie and Cruz was during the Christmas feast. And it was like I set up 8, you know, overlay for 8 people and all that. Like I was ready, and apparently OBS Ninja wasn't. So I gotta try to get.
I think it's the OBS. Like,
Yeah, it could be because it depends on people's network, and like I think
Yeah.
my network or something. But I really wanted to have like eventually do like a battle royal where it's like the Knuckleheads, the Call Up Pro Wrestling Podcast, the Turnbuckle Tavern, the Dirty Heels, every like 40 people in this shit just going at it. Let's see what happens. You know, let's see
but
the
shit, that shit will crash fast, man.
you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like, let's see what happens. You know, let's get these people's opinion. Let's get some controversy. You know, 39 against 1, Hogan versus the world. Fuck it. Like, you know, like that type of shit I want to do. But apparently, you know, we're limited to this the mortal fucking technology we have.
Hey, not for nothing, but these the Turnbuckle Tavern, I think they think I'm more than one guy.
I mean,
Because every time I go on their chat, they're like, "Oh, I love those guys. Tell them I said hi." I'm like, "What? Just me, just one guy."
No, it was it was something like, you know what? And it happens because there were times where Toe would tell me, "Yo, like jump on the show," and I'm like, "All right, cool," and like, or I'll be in the chat and he'll say, "Oh, yo, Kenny from the call up is here," and somebody will go and be like, "Yo, his name is Kenny." Like I thought his shit was just the call up. It's like, and I'm like, no. Like the name of the show is the call up. It was like, yo, I thought that was like a nickname that you had. It was like, yo, the call up. And I was just like, no. Like my name is Kenny. So then I thought about it when I went back and I started looking at like I went to like Instagram and like Facebook and all this other shit. And it just said the call up. It didn't say the call up podcast. So I had to switch all that. So now people know, okay, that's a podcast. Because before they used to be like, hey, the call up is here. And I'm like, yeah, no, my name is Kenny. And they're like, oh, it is?
Nah, I could definitely see that, man.
The call up sounds like a real name.
Yeah, that's what somebody said. That was like, I thought that was like a nickname that you like somebody gave you. And I was like, nah, like that's just okay.
That's funny though.
Well, originally the name of this channel wasn't the Knucklehead Podcast. It was Toe Tags, you know, and I changed it there too because when I went into some shit and I'm like, yo, yeah, I do a podcast too. I'm like, no one can tell that from my username if I'm in their channel. They just know it's Toe Tags. So now I'm in there and I'll be in there like the Knucklehead Podcast, and still I'm like, all right, now they know it's a podcast, but they don't know it's me. So I'm at that stage, it's like, dude, are they supposed to know it's me with the Knucklehead Podcast, or should they know it's me and then I do the podcast? So, you know what I'm saying? And I don't want to be making 17 fucking YouTube channels because, like, it's hard enough to run this one. You know, because a lot of people, technically, if you listen to these videos, like I should have a separate YouTube channel for the wrestling, the comics, the movies, and all that other shit. And I'm like, nah, I can't. I don't have that many emails. You know, like I feel like you should just be able to go one place to get the Knucklehead shit. You know,
Yeah,
you know, I'm not as professional as y'all, but you know, I try.
I've looked at like in my opinion shit, and I noticed that everything else is good. Like I got the number of the episode on the right hand corner, my profile picture, the other person's profile picture. But every time I do a new one, I forget what the bottom says. So it'll say like live streaming at 5:30, or it'll say live streaming on this and this and this. It's always changing. So my attention to detail on things is trash. So don't even. I'm not professional.
Nah, I hear you.
Oh,
damn, Kenny fainted. Oh.
No, I took some. I took like they have like these what you call it, the cameras here. So like I took one, and so it's like attached. So it literally just fell off.
I'm telling you, should have bought that $19 Logitech webcam. I tell you about. You could have
just kept the hairs.
Kind of looks like you're in the first Matrix movie because it's all green.
Yeah, Mr. Anderson.
I think it's just because of the lighting.
Yeah, it could be. Because it depends. Sometimes it will go regular and then it'll turn green. Then it'll have it's the white balance. But fuck it, it's all good.
Reflecting off your shirt, maybe.
Yeah, it's all good, man. But
I
yeah,
just noticed that it does. It does. I kept looking at it. I kept moving, and I was just like, "Why the fuck is like everything turning green right here?" Like,
is the walls green?
It's festive.
no, it's you know what it is. Some of the lights in the background because of the sensor, it's off.
Ah, okay. Yeah. Yo, so what made y'all guys want to start doing podcasts?
I just wanted to talk to other people and stop bugging my wife about shit.
Mm.
And they proved even more last week when I was talking to her. Like, so like you seen when I put up the last episode that I did, right? And I was like, damn, yo, like my shit went into like number 63 on the charts or whatever. And then it went up to like 59 and stuff like that. So I was like trying to explain it to her.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, look at this. And she was like, what am I looking at? So like I'm explaining it to her, and like her whole facial expression just told everything. Like, I was just like literally I stopped talking and I was just like, yeah, I'm done. Like, all right, cool. Like, like she was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just gonna say cool and hopefully that'll be it. I was like, yeah, I'm done talking to you. Like, I don't even want to talk to you no more.
Word. You ruined the moment.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm over here proud of my accomplishment. You don't give a shit.
Word. Like, I want to show this shit off. You know, everybody's like, yo, man, that's yo, I'm proud of you. That yo, you like you're doing your thing. And then I show her, and it was just like like those dads that you see on TV. Be like, yo, dad, like, hey, man, I be my personal best, but you didn't come in first.
Word. Your wife is probably on some, yo, show me a list of the money that you're gonna be making off of this shit.
Yeah.
And I don't give a fuck about it.
Tell me that you made this amount of money today off this shit. Because so far, then all I know is that I see that you're talking to a bunch of dudes on fucking camera. And when I come home from work, like I come home from work and you talking to a bunch of fucking guys online. Like, I don't know what y'all doing. Like,
word. Damn, man.
It's better than at least it's better than what happens when I tell people what I've accomplished. It's like one of those dads that you see on TV where when he's like, "Dad, I made you this," and he goes and he's reading the newspaper. He goes, "That's nice, son," and he doesn't even look at it.
yeah, I get that sometimes too.
Yo, it's crazy because people are excited for me. But like, yo, I have a podcast. Oh yeah. What do you talk about? Wrestling, comics, movies, and they look at me like, okay, I'm gonna go over here. I'm like, fuck you then. You know what? Yeah. I also talk about life, bitch. You don't know shit about
like I did that. So when I started doing those the promotions for like the last episode or whatever, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna tell. I took advice from somebody, and they say, listen, even if you, oh, okay,
no, my bad, because.
I'm looking at y'all like I'm doing our sign language. I'm just like, all right.
No, my neighbors are moving shit. It's like I think they're like moving metal pipes on top of metal pipes, trying to make a noise or something. Because all I hear is, and I'm like, really? At fucking 1 o'clock in the morning? Go ahead, Kenny. My bad.
So somebody told me that's like, yo, even if they don't listen to wrestling, like just have them. Like sending a review. So I literally told everybody that I know. I was like, yo, do me a favor. If you have an iPhone, go on Apple Podcast. Like, just let it play for a little bit. Do it like say something nice.
Yeah.
So people was like, yeah. You know, some people, and then there were people who like they don't follow wrestling at all. And they sent me a text message back. And I was like, yo, why you never told me you had a podcast? And I was just like, because I normally just talk about wrestling. Like, you don't watch this shit. They was like, yo, I listened to the interview that you had, and I don't even know who this fucking girl is. But just for the conversations that you guys had, I wanted to know more. And I don't even watch wrestling. One guy was just like, yo, I find her cute. So that's why I wanted to know more. But one of my old coworkers, she's like, she don't watch no sports at all. And she was just like, she's like, I was very interested and to know more about this girl just based off the conversation that you had. with her, and then I listen to other episodes that you have with other people, and you normally you sound like you just like if me and you are having a conversation just talking. So she's like, my friend was like, yo, why you never told me you was doing this? Like, how long you been doing this? And I was like, I don't know, I've been doing it for like a year now. She was just like, yeah, you should have been told me about this. Like she told her other coworkers about it too. They was like, if you want to listen to something, yo, listen to this. And I was like, oh man, thanks for the support. And she was like, nah, she's like, keep doing your thing. She's like, I love this. She was like, I'm gonna keep tuning in every week, or whenever you tell me, just send me a link and I'll just keep listening to it or whatever. So I was like, all right, cool. Like, but I was surprised by some people even telling me this shit. And then I tell my wife, and she just goes, oh yeah, that's nice. It's like, you know what? Fuck it, just go away.
You know what's crazy, bro? I'm like the opposite. Like I tell people all the time, like, yo, I got a podcast, you know, check it out, blah blah blah, and people like they give me the, oh, okay, that's nice, yeah. Like even my boys, I'm like, yo, I do the podcast every day. Oh yeah, that's nice, whatever. It's almost like they give me the, well, whenever you decide to grow up and have, you know, get a real job and, you know, become a man, then I'll worry about what you're doing. Like Bleaks, I grew up with the nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like I met him, like he's my boy's best friend, but I met him when I was like, you know, late teens. Awesome dude, like a brother to me. And his daughter watched me stream like the video games. So you know, his daughter always, you know, watched me play the video games and all that stuff. And then I guess when we started doing the comics, that's when he started, you know, coming into it. So he watches it, he'll hit me up like, yo, what's the topics for today and all that. Everyone else, no matter who I tell, they don't give a shit. But then Lay is like, yo, one of my dudes I haven't spoke to in years hits me, was like, yo, I didn't know you did a podcast. That shit is dope. Blah, 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 blah. Yo, I got a question. Is Show real? Like, is he a real person? And he's like, what? He's like, yeah, yo, there's no way that that's scripted, right? Like, Toe writes his shit for him. And I'm like, what? And he's like, nah, that's really Toe. Like, that's really Show coming off the top of his head. He's saying crazy shit. He's like, nah, there's no way. Like Lay's friends and Show's friends and Gigi's friends watch the podcast. Mine are like, nah, nigga, we're waiting until you get a real job. Like, damn.
You know what's crazy? It was like I had somebody that came to me and it was like, yo, that I hit them up and I work with them. So I started letting people that like I work with know about it. And one of my coworkers was like, yo, I got you something. They just left it on my desk. And I was just like, okay, what is it? And I still have it on my desk because he was like, yo, why didn't you take it with you? And I said, I'm leaving it here in case. And it was funny when you hit me up and you said that about coming on today. I said, in case my boy asks me to come on, I could have stuff here prepared. Because he goes and says, yo, I was looking at a couple of episodes and there's something that I noticed. He's like, you always wear the iPhone headphones. But then everybody else that you have on, they either have those big headphone things or whatever, you know what I mean? Except for Dave, because he lives by himself, so he could just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He could just blast his shit mad loud. You know what I mean?
Smooth
So that he went out and he went out and he bought me this.
Okay.
He goes, yo, he says, I need to see the headphones, like, you know, like you gotta be like everybody else. So he bought me these headphones for me to do my interviews or for me to stream.
That's dope.
So then I told him, I said, I have headphones like this. And he was like, you do? I was like, yeah. It says, I just don't wear them because it's just mad hot. I said, look at the ones that has the red, the red circle. Those are live streams that I have on there. He goes, oh, he's like, I only look at the interview ones. He's like, because I didn't see the other ones. He was like live watching. He's like, he's like, I don't watch that. But the ones that had the guests, I started watching, and all the ones that I saw, you had these damn headphones on. It was bugging me. He said, so when I went to Best Buy, I saw the headphones. They were on sale, so I just bought them for you. I was like,
hey, man, but that's a good friend, though, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was.
That's what's up, though.
Now we're going to get Dave a pair of headphones.
Word.
So he can know about us sweating, too.
I need a mic, too, man.
Yo, it's Dave. So what got you into podcasting?
Oh yeah, I guess I wanted to answer that. So a long time ago in 2020, me and my friend, we used to talk to each other on the phone all the time about shit that was happening, mainly WWE. and we were like, God, we have some good. Well, I did. He didn't, but we have some good takes on what's happening. So I was like, we should start our own podcast. He's like, yeah, man, start it up, and I'll join. So I
Basically, he
created
wanted
the
him to do
FU
a
show, which was a playoff of John Cena's
The original
finisher.
name, yeah.
Yeah, the FU. And I was like, oh, okay. So I made the logo. The cartoon face that was there. I had paid somebody. You know who Dino Champ is? Yeah, that guy.
Fucking guy disrespecting
And
my show with that shit. I'm put a censor over it. Go ahead, Dave. My bad.
no, you're good. You're good. And so I had the cartoon face, and they made a cartoon face for my buddy, and we did it for like a year, and it sucked. Because that's when I finally realized, like, this dude is I mean, you asked me what made me get into it. I'm about to go into a therapy session here,
Yo,
but
go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
fucking this dude was a fucking work, man. He was a piece of trash. Always belittling me, putting me down, and every take that I had that wasn't agreeing with his take, it was like I offended him in some way. So I was just kind of like sick of it.
Yeah.
And we had like our final falling out during Instagram. We were Instagram messaging each other like vocally, and it was about you'll never believe how we fell out. It was about me saying, and this is not a subjective thing, this is an objective thing. Kenny Omega has 5-star matches and Roman Reigns doesn't.
That's
That
true.
was the argument. Roman Reigns has never had a 5-star match. Well, man, Roman Reigns has 5-star matches to me. What?
Okay, that's great.
What?
Yeah.
Like, dude, it doesn't matter what it means to you. Dave Meltzer has never given that. But anyways, like, so I decided, like, you know what? I'm done with this partner shit. I want to do shit on my own. I know I got what it takes to do it on my own. Because this guy was telling me that I don't. I'm too monotone. I'm too this. I'm too that. Which in some cases I am when I feel like it. But I was like, I'm gonna do my own shit. So basically, I wanted to get into podcasting so I could talk about wrestling. I'm gonna talk about what I want. The interview stuff didn't come till later, but I wanted to dip my toe into that. And then, like, I was gonna do and name it in spite of him, really, because he claims to be. He's got this podcast, and I showed it to Kenny. He's got this podcast called "Here's the Thing," where his opener is, "Let's talk about everything pro wrestling in the pro wrestling world," and he never talks about anything in the pro wrestling world. All he talks about is WWE and AEW. So, and there's more people out there, like indies and
Yeah.
shit. So I was just like, that's it. I'm making this. It's going to be the pro wrestling podcast. And I'm going to talk about the pro wrestling. And I'm going to do what I want. I'm going to make what I want. There's no partner to tell me I can't. There's no partner to belittle me when I have a take on something. And here I am. So what made me want to get into it? Simple as that.
Hey, sometimes that's all you need, man.
That
So
was
you
really
need-
long-winded. I'm sorry, viewers, for boring you, but
Yo, I'm gonna be the first one to say this. If you was bored from that story from him, go fuck yourself. Cause everybody has those obstacles they have to overcome and you was doing this shit with a douchebag, and I'm happy that you had the balls to say, yo, fuck him, I'm gonna do it myself. Most people would let that defeat them and never do the shit. All right, you know what I'm saying? So it's props to you, bro. And to call it the Pro Wrestling Podcast, in spite of him, we're gonna talk about everything pro wrestling. That's actually pretty dope.
I got audio clips, man, of me and him getting into arguments. One of these days, I'm gonna have to show them to you,
Yo, word.
because it's bad. It's bad.
Damn.
but yeah, pro wrestling and dude, he started his own thing called Here's the Thing, and then he he bought some followers, which what I know you said you bought whatever,
Well,
but
the
like
views. I paid to have videos promoted, but it didn't do anything.
okay, but there's a difference. Like you
Yeah.
actually work to get your followers on everything. He hasn't. He paid for followers. He's got like 3,000 followers that aren't real.
Shit.
And he claims to be a podcast, but he hasn't had a new episode since August or October 22nd.
Shit. Man. And he's like a one man podcast, so he tries to do interviews like you, or
No, he just talks about the week, but he talks about the week bi-monthly.
damn. I mean, if he was actually in the pro wrestling field, like with the indies and all those shows that were happening recently, then I can see him having weekly episodes talking about wrestling in the week. With Raw the way it is, if you're only going to talk about the WWE, you don't have much to talk about.
The thing is though, and I hate to make this podcast about talking shit about him,
Hey,
he doesn't even watch the shows he reviews.
what is he? He watches reviews of other people's shit?
Dude, all right. Okay, I'm not gonna say her name because I'm gonna have you say it. Okay, she's an Asian chick on NXT that was once an NXT Women's Champion.
Io Shirai?
You said her name right. You know what
Yeah.
he said? Io Shirai.
Wow, even Show would have sounded better saying that shit. Wow, okay. Io Shirai. If he was, I'm not even gonna bring her into the Diamond Wrestling podcast. But damn, son, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Oh, it was the same episode, I think. He even said it. He's like, but anyways, let's go let's go to AEW for a second. There's the TBS Women's Championship. We had Serena Deeb versus Hikaru Shida. And oh, dude, I'm telling you. I'll send you the link if you have time.
Yeah, that would be dope to see, to see that.
If you have 40 minutes of your time to lose like 6 brain cells, that's a podcast for you.
We gotta have to show that to Show, so that way he doesn't feel so bad when he says Justin Jangling or Bobby Lashley. Like, look, there's someone else doing it too, and he means it. See, like, you're just saying it because you're like, yo, I don't know what the fucking name is, so I'm just gonna guess. My man means it. He thinks that's her name.
I love Bobby Lashley.
Yeah. He was second to Chris Lee in the awards, but it was damn, man. That's crazy. But yeah, yo, dude, not for nothing, man. You doing the interviews? I reached out to a couple of. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't reach. I don't do it every day, but I reached out to a few people, and I have not got one reply back for any interviews or anything. And it's all right with me because I'm like, yo, not for nothing. I got 3 other people I do it, and when we interviewed my boy, who's Matt Awesome, I was like, it was dope, but it's not necessary for the shit that we try to do anyway. So for us, the interview, like if we had someone on, it would probably be more of them shooting the shit and talking about wrestling than it would be us talking about them. So it's like, if they want to come on, these are like I put that in the emails. Like we shoot the shit about wrestling. Like we'll ask you what it's like because I hit up the AEW for Santana Ortiz. So I put in there, was like, yo, I want to ask them what it's like to be Puerto Ricans from the Bronx coming up in the wrestling because you don't see too many. Actually, you don't see any of them in wrestling. And me being Puerto Rican from the Bronx and Show being from the Bronx and Gigi being from the Bronx, Lace from Manhattan, but us being from New York and Spanish, we want to know that take. And AEW hit me back up on some. Right now, we don't have anybody available for interviews. But individual people, they haven't hit me back up. And I was like, you know what? I'll leave the interviews for Dave and Kenny. They seem to be doing good with that, so.
I don't even know what it is, to be honest, because some of them are hit or miss. I don't know.
But
I mean, I try, man. I'm not the best at it. I'm still learning. Like I'll take every advice that I get
yeah.
from like Kenny or uh other people, but um yeah.
Hey man, like my boy Les Brown likes to say, you don't have to be great to get started, but you have to get started to be great. You know what I'm saying? So
Ding.
yeah,
Yep.
you know what I'm saying. So you, hey, you started, so you can only get better from there. You know?
That's why I like to do the in my opinion stuff so
Yeah,
much, because it's like I can be myself on that, and I don't have to play up like I'm doing a broadcast. Like, hey, what's
yeah,
going on, guys? It's me, David. It's just like, I can do that at first, and then it's like straight shooting the shit
yeah.
after that.
Cause I feel you. Cause like the hardest part for any of the podcasts for me is the intro. Cause I feel like I had to be like, "What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Toe Tags." And I was like, "You're not gonna get the rest of the show." You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it's like I want to be on some. What's good, everybody? We got Lay, we got this, we got that, we got Kenny, we got David. We out here. What's going on? Start the
Now
shit.
that Kenny's back, Kenny does it the best because he's him like all the way through an
True, yeah.
interview. He just goes, "Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Kenny from the Call Up podcast, and with me today, I got Chelsea Green. As you know, Chelsea Green is Matt Cardona's soon-to-be wife, and here she is. We're gonna have her on. Chelsea, how's it going?"
I'm
And
doing
she
all
goes,
right, Kenny. How's
"Thanks
everything
for
with
having
you?
me."
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm excited to be here. Yeah, so
Hey,
Chelsea,
you know what's
I
the
heard
fucked up
that
shit about it is?
you
Is
like
that
Uno. Yeah,
I be nervous half the time trying to fucking remember. So I'll sit there and put it on my phone, and you'll see me sit there, and I'll be like, and all day I'll be like, okay, this is how the intro's gonna go, and I'm gonna say this, this, and this. And now because I have the, when I was talking to Lay, and Lay was like, yo, why you never mentioned that you have pro wrestling tees or you have the. It's like now you have the shit with the action figures. He's like, yo, you need to put that in the beginning. I was like, fuck, you're right. So you seen the last episode when I was like, hey,
Mhm.
this episode is sponsored by Ringside Collectibles. And then I thought when I was standing there like going over and I was like, damn, I need to work on that shit a little bit better, man. Like I didn't like the way it came out. And everybody else is just like, nah, it was cool. And I was like, nah, I don't like it. I gotta work
yeah.
on that shit again.
Yeah, yo, if you guys catch yesterday's video that we posted up, the wrestling podcast, about 2 hours and something into it, Gigi starts rapping the presents, and she's like, yeah, like, yo, I'm fucking frustrated because we talk about wrestling and I'm rapping the presents and blah blah blah, and she got quiet, and I was like, and if you're looking for a Christmas present, a late Christmas present, if you go to publictees.com and you go to, down to Gigi's Instagram, page, her link, she has, Gigi for the win, shirts and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, and also, if you go to prowrestlingtees.com, the call up has shirts also, which if you go to his page, his link is down below, you can get the call up shirts. It's perfect for the family. They come in all sizes. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, yo, you got to start plugging your shit. And Gigi's like, yo, how come there's no Knucklehead t-shirts? And yo, you see this blue thing right behind me? This blue thing right behind me? That's a printer,
Mhm.
right? That's a $6,000 printer that me and Krills bought. And we originally, Knucklehead was an apparel company that we started. It was legit and everything. We got the business, we got the taxes, the tax ID and everything. And life smacked, like, COVID hit everybody the way life hit me and Krills the minute we started this business. And we like this shirt right here, this orange thing, that's a shirt. We went from vinyls to printing shit. Like
He did the whole spinning over right now.
yeah, give me hold up. I had a shirt, and I don't know where the fuck it went.
So as he's looking for this, right?
Thank you.
So when me and him was going over stuff, I told him, I said, yo, why don't you have a Knuckleheads like Instagram account, right? Because he was like, yo, we got one. But I was like, but you guys don't use it though. So then that's when he starts breaking everything down to me as far as like right now he's looking for a shirt. He can't find it.
I can't find shit, bro. It was literally on my fucking bed this morning. Who touched my shit?
Someone took it. So 2022, we're gonna make him start a whole new Instagram page just for the Knucklehead podcast.
Yeah, because like he has it, but I never see him post anything. The last thing was
he either has to revamp that one or just start a fresh new one.
Yeah, I mean, if you look on fucking Knucklehead Instagram, there's plenty of shit.
Uh-oh.
Yo, you know what? I'm gonna go on my Instagram and I'm gonna fucking show you guys.
What?
What's
the last thing you have on the Knucklehead one?
Shit, I don't even know. Because Cruz was in it. Because the thing was All right, here. This is the.
Shit.
All right, so no one in the stream is gonna be probably able to see this shit.
Oh fuck.
So this is the Knucklehead Instagram, and all these shirts.
That's what I saw.
So all these shirts that we have on, we made with this printer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
so that's why I said I look like a t-shirt company.
Yeah. Because we even made t-shirts for giveaways and all that other stuff. We made a total of 300 shirts for a church. You know, like we had a lot of shit going on, and then it went into gaming and now the podcasting and all that shit.
Do I still look good
right now? Huh?
Do I still look good and sound good?
You good. Okay. But now, okay, we need to get the Knucklehead
podcast.
Matter of fact, I don't even think it should. And you know what? And now that I have you here, right? And Dave could be like, he's like, yeah, man, this is gonna sound good. I don't even think when you do the page, I don't even think that you should even have it say Knucklehead Podcast. I think, and I don't know if Dave might agree with me on this one, but I think you should call it the Knuckleheads Network, because there's so many different shows, bro. Woo! It's not even one. It's not one. It's many. So you'd be like, damn, the Knuckleheads Network. What the fuck is that? They're like, yo, hey, Mondays we do this with the DaCallUp podcast. Tuesdays we do, comics. Wednesday we do movie reviews. Thursday we have a whole wrestling segment. Fridays we go into deep conversation. So now you're gonna get mad. You're gonna get more people that's gonna go on there and be like, oh, okay, like, oh yeah, I subscribe to it because I'm like, I want to know about life issues with the toe in the show, whatever. And he just cut me off. What the fuck?
Go ahead. Keep talking. Because you see this? This is our logo. I have one that says the Knucklehead Network and the other one that says Knucklehead Podcast.
See, look at that.
I've thought about this. It was either Knucklehead Network, Knucklehead Podcast, Knucklehead Organization. Like I had plenty of.
Nah, I say network because you just have everything there, and then you always bring in me and Dave anyway. So it's like you're already networking with a whole bunch of other people. So you're already there. Boom, boom, boom. You're done.
I like it.
It's an entity.
And then you throw in the t-shirt line into that. So you're like, boom, there you go. Oh, okay. And they all over the place.
Yeah. I mean, you know,
you open up the daycare center,
Yo, I know people that do that, so we could. No, but dude, it's a lot. Like, I would need like somebody that's a professional to run that shit. Like, maybe I'll talk to Gigi, be like, yo, Gigi, can you run the Knucklehead Instagram or Twitter?
No,
I suck at that shit.
Well,
what you do is you just trust it to people that like, hey, you give it to Lay, like Lay's always sending stuff in, in the chats and stuff, like, hey, I found this funny today. You know what I mean? People that that you can trust with it, that's not gonna do anything reckless.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, you, like me and you, we talk about wrestling all the time. can you sometimes, like, if you're gonna post something on yours, can you also post on this one here? You know what I mean, like that. And you're like, all right, cool. You know, and if you need to do like short little videos and stuff like you already do, that's something that you could do because you're strong at that. And just post it that way and just be like, yo, this is what I'm doing today. I'm just gonna post videos. Oh, I'm gonna post rails all day long. Gigi's gonna do freaking memes. Show is gonna talk about whatever. Or like if you see a situation, like, yo, you see this two fucking guy and a girl arguing on the train, boom, post that on the Knuckleheads Network. Like, yo, you know what? We might talk about this on Friday. Oh, okay. Well, what's Friday? Like, oh, you know, we talk about life issues and stuff like that, blah, blah, whatever. That's gonna bring in more people.
Yeah. So should I change the YouTube name to the Knucklehead Network?
Nah, leave that shit the way it is.
I mean, I would say different. I would say probably change it.
Change it? Okay.
Because, I mean, you're going to tune into the Knucklehead Network, then the YouTube channel should be Knucklehead Network.
And we have the podcast there. Because I was playing with names for the titles for this upcoming week. Like, since I was banned, it was like, instead of for like the Knucklehead comic book podcast, it was just Knucklehead Comics. And then we had like the movie watchers for the Knucklehead movie review, since we're watching movies now and all that shit. And like I had Knucklehead Wrestling up there. I want to get the diamond shit out. Like I was thinking about like changing the overlays again, trying to do something else. I don't have ideas like for
where did the diamond come from?
Show.
Yeah, that's it.
Show.
Okay.
Because you know how all the wrestlers came from Show. So Show's like, yo, what did I miss on AEW Diamond? And we was like, what? He's like, yeah, the show on Wednesday, the Diamond Show. He's like, yo, nigga, it's Dynamite. He's like, oh shit. So me and Lay was like, there you go, Knucklehead Diamond Wrestling. That's our company. That's what we're signing everybody to. So that's where the diamond came from. Literally everything made up except for the name is Show ideas. Like all the wrestlers we signed.
You know what, Dave? We should interview him on his own show.
Yeah.
What was the biggest difference you've noticed from like streaming video games to actually sitting here having these conversations with other people?
Oh, I enjoyed it more. Well, like honestly, the reason why we started doing the podcast, because me and Show would play video games and with Krills all the time. It was always three. It was always me and Krills, but when Show came on, it was me, Krills, and Show. Because at that time, Show wasn't as dedicated to it because he was working and all that other stuff. Mm-hmm. But when we were playing, people would be on Krill's stream, but they always listen to the conversation. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, it got to the point where it was one time that it was just me and Show hated Call of Duty. And at the point, I was frustrated as fuck with Call of Duty and Fortnite. Like, I wanted to fight the creators of Fortnite. Like, that's how bad I was. And we just started talking. And one girl was like, yo, you guys, like, the shit you say, like, we're listening. And we had like 15, 20 people watching us. We're just talking, playing video games, 1 or 2. Talking, 15. I'm like, hold up. You know, there's something here. And I actually enjoy it because I did like 2 24-hour streams. And sometimes I would just play music and tell people like, yo, back in my day, this was the song and blah, 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 blah. And I thought that was better than me playing video games. Because I would just get mad. People wanted to see me get mad. And I hate getting mad. Because, you know, I destroyed a mouse at work because I got mad. Like, I crushed it in my hand and smashed it on the table and flew into pieces. Because I couldn't clock in. Like, it was...
I seen him trying to fly.
Yeah, it was one of those things. I especially around the holiday, I get very short-tempered. But... So I tell, because at the time I saw Show every day. He worked in my building. So I was telling Show and Krills, I was like, yo, the conversations we have when Show's here, just by ourselves, people will listen to it. So me and Show was like, because Krills didn't want, you know, to talk about that stuff online because, you know, too many people. You know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't want other people saying shit or whatever the fuck. So it was me and Show. And the minute we started talking about shit and people were engaging what we were talking about, I was like, yo, this is it. You know what I'm saying? And originally the podcast was just supposed to be the Toe in the Show, like those topics about life. And he was like, yo, not a lot of people are watching this shit. And like, I don't know what to talk about. And Krills was like, nigga, every day you're talking to me about wrestling. I don't know who the fuck Roman Reigns is, but I'm about to look him up because of the way you talking about this nigga. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, yo, just talk about wrestling. I was like, nah, I don't want to be that guy that just talks about wrestling. Like, I don't want to be just known for a guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was it. That was it. I was like, I don't know, man. I don't want to be like one dimension. I felt like we had more to say than just about wrestling. And Show was like, yo, bro, fuck it. Let's talk about WrestleMania. And that was the most watched video at the time when we was taking it off of Twitch and putting it on YouTube. And then the shit went down when we went back to the shit. I was like, maybe there's something there. So Krills was like, yo, my boy Lay, he loves wrestling. He's into wrestling and comics and blah, blah, blah. So I was like, all right. I told Lay to get on. And the first conversation we had with Lay, I was like, yo, he's in. You know, because, you know, the same thing with Kenny and you guys, like, we mixed perfectly. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think the first sentence that me and Kenny had on our podcast, we said the same exact shit at the same exact time. And I was like, nigga, you family now. You know what I'm saying? So that's how it was with Lay. And then we was like, yo, fuck it, let's do it. And then we got Gigi, same thing. And I was like, all right, now we got, all right, fuck it. Wrestling is our thing. Wrestling is our niche, at least my niche, because, you know, I know all about it. And good.
So you did Toe in the Show. That was the first one that you guys started with.
The concept of Toe in the Show. It wasn't called the Toe in the Show. Yeah.
Well, all right.
Yeah.
And then once you guys started doing that, then you went to wrestling.
Yeah.
And the Diamond Wrestling was born and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then, but what made you guys start doing like the movie one and then doing the comics the next day? And then I suckered you into doing Mondays. So basically you are on Monday through Friday like a normal job, like a normal 9 to 5, but you work late at night, of doing these things from Monday through Friday. Saturdays and Sundays you have like the day off, unless Dave is gonna, you know, cohort you to do something on a Saturday morning.
Yeah.
To do coffee talk or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Which, he's smiling because he's thinking about it. He's like, yeah, that sounds like a really good idea.
Saturday morning cartoons.
Him up early in the morning. You know, do Saturday in the morning cartoons and shit on a Saturday. You know.
Whatever.
Yeah, so you know, in all honesty, you know what it was? I'm the type of person like, I can't see people outside of shit. Like, Krills has been the original Knucklehead. Like, me and Krills started the Knuckleheads, and then Show came in, you know, slightly after. And I see Krills out there, I'm like, all right, you don't want to talk about this stuff. You don't know about wrestling at all, so you don't want to be in the wrestling shit. And I'm like, I can't have you sit on the bench. What are you into? He's like, movies. Fuck it, we'll talk about movies. So I said, all right. Layla knows about movies. I told my brother, I was like, yo, you want to do a podcast about movies? He's like, all right, fuck it. Like, he's like, I might not be there all the time, but I'll jump in from here and there. I was like, all right, cool. Let's start something with the movies. And then I was like, well, all right, my brother, my brother knows a lot about comics. Lay knows a lot about comics. And Cabs hit up Lay and was like, yo, if you guys ever do a comic podcast, I'm in. I said, so fuck it. You know, if a way to get my brother on this shit. And Krills was like, let's do a comic one so my brother could be in it. And let's do a movie one so Krills could be a part of it. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't want it to just like have them be in the background or whatever. It's like I want involvement from everybody. So that's what, you know, started the comic books and the movie shit. And then Show hits me up on the side and he's like, he loves doing all the like the comics, the movies, and the wrestling. But he's like, you know, we're gold when it's just me and you. So it's like, fuck it, then let's do the Toe in the Show, baby. Because that's what we called ourselves when we was playing the video games. Like, yo, it's the Toe in the Show. So let's do the Toe in the Show. That's where that shit came in from on Fridays. So it was literally me trying to pull people in to be comfortable enough to do what the show they wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So that's how all of them started. You know, so it's weird. It's like it wasn't like how Yah was like he just wanted somebody to talk to. You know, you wanted to do this, but you started out with a fuck face, and now you're doing it, you know, on your own. It was me just like, all right, there's something here. Everybody join. How do you want to join? You want to play basketball? Fuck it, we got a basketball podcast now. You in the MMA? We got an MMA podcast. Like we was gonna start an MMA one, but it's like we don't have enough days of the week. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't have enough days of the week, and if we went all 7 days out of the week, I don't think I would survive. Like I barely do it like the 5 days of the week. I need my weekends to sleep, bro. I woke up at 2:00 in the afternoon today, and I hit up my family, yo, Happy New Year. Oh wait, nah, it's not New Year yet. My bad. Like I thought I slept for the whole week.
What would be like for either of you guys? I know Kenny's not here, but like, what would be the plan if on Mondays if one of you two can't make it? Are you still gonna do Monday Night Raw review, or is that done because of the whole copyright shit?
Look like moving forward the copyright shit. I don't know. Like I think we're gonna have to come up with a plan, you know, so that way we don't get copyright struck again. But if it's one of those where we can't do it, then maybe we might just, you know, fucking do a Raw review, you know, afterwards and just record it and then post it up there, or do a live one for like a half hour or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But the problem is right after Raw's over, Kenny goes to work. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, if we have to ditch the Raw watch along on Mondays, maybe we can, like they do the same shit every week. So we could probably get away with recording something during Raw and just being like, oh, look, they did this. And no one would notice that the match we're talking about didn't happen this week, because they were like, hold on, wait. No, yeah, Becky Lynch did fight Sasha Banks this week, even though they were on different shows. I'm pretty sure they did. I'm not bugging. These guys are right. It did suck. You know what I'm saying? Because no one pays attention any fucking more. But yeah, if we're going to keep getting copyright struck, I don't know. But as of right now, I don't see us changing anything, except for we're going to have to take that 1/16 of the TV out of the frame.
You guys can't you guys can't watch it mute, because if you did, you wouldn't be able to hear the promos or know what the fuck's going on, because this is gonna be like this is gonna be the whole stream. What the fuck are they talking about?
Yeah,
Kenny, you know what's going on? It's like the whole time.
That's how we watched The Matrix. We was like, that's why I recorded us watching the entire movie. I cut that part out and just went straight to the review, because we was like,
I saw that.
What the fuck is this? Yeah, we was all quiet and shit, like, what? Nah. What the fuck he say? Like, yo, literally, I was like, nah, we can't, like, people are gonna watch this thinking that we're stupid. I was like, nah, let's just do the review.
And then I watched that one, and it was funny because it went straight from, this movie sucked, I didn't like it, there's too much talking, right to show.
Yeah. And have you seen the Matrix movie yet?
No, I don't think I want to.
Yo, I mean, if you're a fan of the original Matrix, there's no point for this movie. Like, if you've never seen the Matrix, maybe you'd be like, oh, that's a dope idea. But nah, I felt like they were mocking us a little bit.
I'm not deep into the lore of it, but I have seen the first movie.
Yeah.
And I like it. And so I thought maybe, oh, this is really cool. They're making a 4.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they're probably gonna like it. And then, like, not even 2 minutes in, you guys saying how much you fucking hate it. So and then Lay saying he wouldn't recommend it to anybody.
Yeah.
I wouldn't recommend this to my worst enemy. I'm like, oh fuck. All right. Guess I'm not seeing it.
Yeah, I mean,
come on. I want to hop in there so bad and be like, come on, guys. There's worse movies out there than this. It can't be that bad.
Yo, but like I said in the thing, if they named it anything else, like if this wasn't a Matrix movie and they just had the people from the Matrix, and like they called this the fucking the the interweb or some shit. This movie's alright. It's tolerable. But since it's a part of the Matrix franchise, nah. They like the only saving grace in that movie is that Neil Patrick Harris did his fucking thing. Like he did amazing. He did an amazing job in that movie. Other than that, this did not go well with the way they told us the Matrix was supposed to go.
Not even for Keanu? I really thought.
Yo, dude, even the fight scenes, like they Jason Bourne the shit out of those fight scenes.
Like,
They did mad camera cuts, so you couldn't see most of the shit that was happening. And I'm like, yo, that's not how they do the Matrix either. Like what's going on here? Like, I know Keanu can fight. Like, he has another movie coming out where he's fighting people. Like, what's going on here? But yeah, it wasn't. Like, I wouldn't. If you can watch it for free, if you have HBO Max and you watch it for free, and you have 2.5 hours to kill 5 brain cells, because it's not as bad as your boy. but
yeah.
But you know, you could try it. You could try it. But when you watch it, come back and be like, yeah, this shit is stupid.
I'm currently. That's what I wanted to do when I came on here. I was like, I said, give me 15 minutes because I was trying to finish up Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Because I saw it the first time, but I didn't really get to see it because when I put it on, it was just more like background noise when I had somebody come over, and so I didn't really get to see it. So then I first time ever fully watched it, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, Miles Morales is probably the best Spider-Man, like OP Spider-Man I've ever seen in my life.
Oh yeah.
Like, how do you a Spider-Man, but also have invisibility and like electric shock? How the fuck does that make any sense? I don't walk around and look at a spider and be like, well, that thing's gonna shock me. But wow.
Yeah.
I mean, and the visuals too, man. Like, I couldn't believe the comic book style that they had it. Like, Sony Pictures, they were on such a fucking like downhill. Like open season was trash. Everything else they did was trash, and then they just went right back up with that movie. I don't know. It was just an amazing, colorful fucking movie. The cinematography was good. The director knew when to move that camera. You know.
Yeah. It was phenomenal, bro. I get it. I like that. You got the show review.
You sound like show, right?
Yeah. No, but yeah, have you seen the new Spider-Man movie?
No, and you know what? I went to go tune in to the I think it was the wrestling podcast.
Oh yeah.
And you guys were like talking about it in the wrestling podcast, so I had to turn it off.
Oh yeah. We mentioned
I was like, God
shit.
damn it. And I just
Yeah. You know what it was? I noticed I referenced that movie a lot throughout the thing, and I was like, in my head I was like, fuck, so much for me not ruining the movie for people.
Yeah.
Okay, so why haven't you seen this movie yet?
Me?
Yes.
Because I'm a broke boy. I'm a broke boy, Kenny. I'm eating Mox mac and cheese.
The best mac and cheese, from what I hear.
The best, yes. All right, we'll see you later, Kenny.
If I could mute you, I'll be like, boop. No, you know. Hey, I'm about to freaking buy you a movie ticket so you can go and see this.
I would love for you to do that because I don't have.
What is the nearest movie theater to you? You gotta text it to me.
Oh shit!
Matter of fact, send it to me, and I will, and that will be my Christmas present to you. Is for you to. What are you doing tomorrow? Well,
Nothing.
Saturday, right now, later.
Christmas
Nothing.
Day.
Christmas Day. What are you doing Christmas Day? Nothing. Right?
Nothing.
You about to go to the movies? Just send me the address thing, and I'm gonna freaking fandangle that shit.
Kenny's hooking me up, man.
Yeah, Kenny's the man, bro.
Everybody has to go see Spider-Man.
Yeah, this is true. Yeah.
Is it that good?
Yeah, no, it is.
All right,
Like,
real quick,
Are you
have
about to ask me
seen?
if I've seen it?
No. Have you seen any of the other Spider-Mans and the other Marvel movies? Are you up to date with them?
Man, yeah.
Okay, yeah, then yeah, it's that good.
Okay. Okay. Okay, wait. Can you spoil if Andrew Garfield is in it?
No, I
no,
cannot
don't say
spoil.
anything.
I can't tell you anything about the movie, bro.
Who is that?
Oh,
I don't. Yeah, I don't know who you're talking about, but I don't know if he's in it or not. I can't tell you. Just know that when you go watch it tomorrow, when you finish, you tell Kenny how much you liked it, and then hit me up. Hit him up first,
You know,
and then
I'ma
you
tell
hit me up.
You gotta do the same thing somebody else told. Somebody was like, "Yo, man, I don't care about spoilers. Just tell me, like, who's in the movie." And he says, "Listen, I don't want to tell you this, but Spider-Man is in the movie." He's like, he goes, "You fucking bastard! Of course he's in the movie, nigga. It's his movie." He goes, he's like, "Why wouldn't he be in the movie?" I said, "I don't know, man, but hey, man, you never know. Like, but I just want to let you know that he's in the movie."
Word.
You said you wanted to know a little bit about it. Like, yo, Spider-Man is in it.
Yeah. Yo, Krill's put on his story that Spider-Man dies. And one of our boys called him up like 5 minutes after. Was like, "Motherfucker, why you ruining the movie for me?" He goes, "What? What are you talking about?" He goes, "Yeah, how the fuck does he die?" And he goes, "Nigga, I don't know. I didn't watch the movie. I just did that shit to piss you off." And yo, he had so many messages like, "Yo, why did you ruin this shit? Like, motherfucker, I didn't see it yet." And he's like, "Nigga, I didn't see it neither."
Yo, I saw that. I saw that in his Instagram stories, and I sent the laughing emoji, and he was just like, "You're the only person to laugh."
Yeah, bro. People took that shit personal, and not for nothing. If show would have kept going about it, when I don't know who said they watched it and he kept asking questions on the Christmas feast, I was really about to kick him off of that fucking ninja, bro. I was really about to kick him off. I'm like, yo, just wait a half hour.
It was me because I just came back from watching it.
Yeah.
He said, man, how was the movie? And I said, yo, I laughed, I cried,
yep,
I laughed some more, and you was just like, yo, shut the fuck up.
Yo, for real, son.
Like the bass, I heard the bass in his voice day when he said, yo, shut the fuck up, yo. Like I don't want to hear that you cried, yo. Like
I don't even want to know what seat you sat in. Like, yo, dude, like honestly, when we first got to the movie theater, they played the fucking trailer of Spider-Man in the like for a commercial. For another, it was TikTok. Like, yeah, and I was like, "Are you fucking kidding?" Like mad loud. I was like, "You kidding me?" I covered my ears, covered my eyes, like, blah, 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 blah. I didn't even want to see a fucking TikTok commercial with this nigga in it. And I'm like, yo, bro, what the I can't even go to the movies without getting spoiled of the movie I'm watching. Like, yeah, man. Because I was hiding from all the commercials and all the other shit. I hid from the commercial from The Matrix. And I was like, I wish I would have hid from the movie. But yeah, it was...
I went out of my way to go look for the trailer and was surprised to see... Now, this is not... I guess I spoiled myself. Doc Ock is in it.
I cannot confirm or deny if he's in there or not.
I can confirm because he's in the trailer.
That might be a fake trailer. I don't know which one you saw. Maybe the one from Europe. But I cannot confirm or deny.
Probably because I used to live in Germany. Is that why?
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, you got the VPN.
I was wondering why he was like, "Hello, Peter." I was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
The German version.
Yeah. He was like, "Oh, you're crucial."
No, but I need to buy myself a call-up shirt.
Yeah, I'm about to leave pro wrestling tees. Did you hear what happened to them?
No.
Oh, yeah, the breach.
They had a credit card breach, bro. They literally was like, people's information got leaked out.
But they didn't make it a big headline. Yeah, they didn't make it a big headline for some reason. They were like, keep it on the hush.
Yo, you know what's crazy? Just crazy to me It said pro wrestling tees will email you about everything. They said they sent out letters in the mail to people about this shit, bro. I said, hold on, what type of fucking turtle shit is this?
Word, that's fucking crazy.
I said, no fucking way.
Yeah, because I have my shit on there, on the app too.
Like, I have a whole store. Like, you have all my information. You have my address. You have my fucking telephone number. You have my PayPal information. Like, you have my credit card information from times that I've used my card. Like,
You know, it's
Right,
funny.
You got me checking my shit because it's like if somebody were to steal my information, they're gonna have to put money in my account to spend, to buy shit. You know what I'm saying?
And what was it? It was just the PWT website. It wasn't the all AEW one.
I don't think so. I think it was just PWT.
Because they're like affiliated with each other.
Yeah.
So what does that mean? I can't buy a call up T-shirt now.
I mean, you can. You could buy one. It's just for me, I just don't feel safe buying stuff. Yeah, because like I want there's stuff on there that I want to buy, like that new Miro shirt that they have with is like the Street Fighter AEW mashup. Like I want to buy that because the guy who designed it is like I know him personally, and he's just like he can't physically get the shirt because it's being done in a warehouse. So he's like, you have to get it from them because they have the license now to print these shirts. So I'm like, fuck, like I don't want to give them my information. Like I just want to just cancel all my shit completely, to be honest with you. Just be like, yo, go someplace else. Cause like I just don't trust having somebody else. Like you guys order something and then got information. Because when I heard about that, the first thing I thought about was about Toe and Gigi and freaking buying stuff on Black Friday. And I was like, it happened around Black Friday when all that happened. I was like, oh my God, all the information probably got leaked because they're gonna be like, what the hell is this? I'm like, oh.
No, but I wouldn't have blamed you though. That's not your fault. Besides, like I said, man, what they're gonna do? Chase is gonna when I first got Chase would call me up and be like, yo, somebody's trying to buy gas 3 blocks away from your house. Is that you? And I'll be like, yeah, can you unfreeze my card now? Like every time I try to buy something, they would like put a freeze on it to the point where I was like, yo, I gotta go to TD because I can't purchase shit.
Yo, that happened to me. I was on a date with before I got married. I was on a date with this girl, and I went to go pay for something, and they was like, "Yo, your card is declined," and I was like, "What do you mean my card is declined?" I'm like, I got money on my card, and I had just gotten paid, so I was like, I just got paid, like, so I know I got money in there, and it was like, nah, it just keeps saying decline. Yo, you know how embarrassed I was, and the girls looking at me, I was like, it's okay. And I was like, no, it's not okay because, like, where the fuck is my money?
Yeah.
Like, to the point where I went into this is before like they had the apps and shit like that for the phone. I went to the bank. I was like, yo, let me go to the bank and take out money. So we walked to the bank and I couldn't even take money out of the bank.
Oh
wow, that's fucking crazy.
They froze me completely. Like if I was money laundering or something, and they just said, fuck it, we gotta freeze all your assets. But I showed that I had money in my account. I was like, bitch, I got money.
They just fucking with a player. Shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn, son. Like that never happened to me, but I have gone out without like not having any money on me. But the chick was like, yo, don't worry, I got you. Cause I told her straight out. I was like, she's like, yo, you want to go do something? I was like, nah. Like, why not? I was like, I got no money. Like, I did. Like, I got no money whatsoever. I'm not gonna do this. And she was like, I'll pay for you. I was like, nah, I'm good. I'm not that type of nigga. She's like, nah, nigga, yo, come pick me up. I was like, all right, fuck it. Then we went to the beach. I was like, good.
My wife was like that when we was dating. She'd be like, oh, let's go out someplace. I'm like, listen, I ain't got no cash right now. I'm broke. Like I live on my own. My job is not really paying too well. And she was like, okay. She's like, but I still want to go out. I was like, all right, but then you're gonna be going out by yourself, or you gonna go out with somebody else? And she was like, no. She's like, you're not getting what I'm telling you. We're going to go out. Meet me at this time in the city. Like, oh, okay, cool. And then we will go out. I was like, yeah, I don't know how you married me, because shit, I used to be broke all the time.
Yo, for
So I'm
real,
still
son.
broke now.
I hear you. I hear you. I'm fucking.
Surprised I said, listen, I'm surprised that I got money. Like, like shit.
Yeah. Like I was telling my my cousins when I first started work. I used to work for Toyota out of high school.
Mhm.
It was an intern turned into like a loop tech, and that first year that I was there, I saved like $10,000, and then
She better than me.
all that money went to bills. Like, it was like, yo, I need this or that, blah blah blah. And the only thing I got out of it was a $600 cell phone. You remember the PDAs where they were computers and they had
Yeah.
the keyboards and all that other shit?
Mhm.
I bought that, and then nothing else after that. And then I tried to save up money, and it was like, oh, you got money? Yo, your student loans are due now. You're defaulted. I said, what? Since when? All right. Then pay that shit. Save up money. Oh, you owe money on this fucking bill. Like, what? I got surgery on my shoulder. I wound up paying almost $3,000 for the fucking rehab and the anesthesia, the shit that my insurance didn't cover. And I'm like, yo, I'm paying more, like the higher rate of insurance. Why isn't this covering it? Like, how does the lower rate cover more than the higher rate? And it was a whole thing. And it just got to the point where it's like, yo, fuck this. Whenever I get money, I'm buying what the fuck I want. Because every time I try to save it, somebody figures it out and like, yo, magic. Here goes some new bill you gotta pay. So
Like right now, we're trying to buy a house.
yeah.
Right? And I'm so nervous to, like, every time we continue saving money, like I just go and I say to myself, like, eventually all this cash that we have in our savings account that I look at every single day is gonna be gone. Like, I'm not gonna see this money anymore because it's gonna go towards the house. And then I'm so afraid because one of my best friends, him and his wife have a house out in Long Island, right? And they really want us to move out there, type of thing. So I said, yeah, like the school system is awesome out there. So he goes and tells me one day, he's like, yo, we gotta fix the piping in the driveway. I was like, what happened? He goes, so the ship burst and fucked up the backyard, but he said I have to fix it right away because it's going into the street. So now if the pipe bursts even more and it hits the street and something cracks, we got to pay the city money because we damaged property of the city. I said, what? That shit came out to $5,000.
Oh yeah. So before my mom passed, we had a house that my mom and my pops owned, and there was one time the water main broke, and it was 3 feet on my mom's property. So the city was like, "Yo, it's your responsibility," and she had to pay to get that shit fixed. It was like $5,500, and they like tore up the sidewalk, they replaced it and all other shit. And it was like, wow, son. Like, the roof leaks. Nothing in a house is cheap to fix. They say it's the most expensive thing you can own. And the only benefit to owning your own houses, you can do that shit yourself. Like, if you decide to tear down the wall, that's on you. Like, if you're in an apartment and you want to tear down the wall, the landlord's gonna be like, nigga, what'd you do to my shit? You know what I'm saying? Like,
fucking the deposit is gone.
Yeah. So that's like owning your own house. You'll be able to be like, yo, I don't like this wall, or I can paint this whatever I want. Put a big ass fucking NWO sticker on it if you want. And, no one be the wiser. No one give a fuck. So the freedom you get in the house is dope. But yeah, you got to be careful with the,
So like, Dave over here, he has a house. So like, what am I getting myself into?
A lot of disappointment. I have a kitchen that I've been working on for a full year now. I took the cabinets off to paint it white, and I don't know what I did with the hinges. So now I got cabinet, a whole cabinet with no doors, but it's painted white. Like I wanted it,
Shit.
and
Yo,
an unfinished floor because I don't have an extra $200 to put it all together. So, what you got looking forward to is debt. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it.
you're making me sound. You're making this dream of owning a home sound like a fucking nightmare at this point. Where I'm just like, yo,
Listen,
I don't want this no more.
I don't want this. Like my first goal was to get an apartment,
Mm-hmm.
and my dad was like, "No, you got to get a house. No, you got to get a house. Equity, you build up your credit, all that,
Right.
all that good shit." But I was just like, okay, I got my house. Man, I loved it at first, and then I started doing shit to it, and now I hate it. I hate my fucking house. I ripped up all the carpet, and it turns out that you need to pay people to finish the floor. So yeah, I'm just waiting on that. But you got a good system though, because you got and it's not just you. You got you and your wife. Your kids will help with stuff, I'm sure. It's just me and my
Yeah,
dog. And my dog ain't gonna. Okay, well, my dog ain't gonna go pick up a hammer and help me nail some stuff into the wall. So it's just me. And by the time I'm done with school, by the time I'm done with work, by the time I'm done with doing this podcast stuff, I'm fucking tired, dude. Like I don't even feel like doing dishes sometimes. So I'm just
oh,
like,
trust me. Listen, there's times where like I'll pick up the kids from school and I'm so tired from doing everything else that my son will be like, Dad, I gotta do my homework. Just do it later. Okay, Dad, I gotta do this. Just go play Fortnite. I will do it later. Later comes like it's 7 o'clock, and I'm like, fuck, man. I'm like, yeah, go get your homework before your mother comes home.
Shit, man. Yo,
I know that feeling though, but like I said, I'm so nervous about freaking doing this whole move situation.
yo, you have to get the house that you buy inspected. And
Yes.
hopefully you got a good guy that can really inspect it. Because like I've been watching a lot of these like home renovation shits. Because I was in the process of buying a house also. I was trying to get the loan. I had the money and all that for the down payment and shit. And then the dude was like, well, you need this money for the closing and this and that for this, and you could the taxes can't be more than $4,000, and blah 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 blah. The debt to ratio, the debt to income ratio can't be this, and blah blah blah. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, all right, I talked to the realtor. I told her what he told me, and she's like, that's impossible. Like nowhere in New York State is the taxes less than $4,000. Like minimum is like 8. So you fucked up there. I'm like, all right. Then they just threw a whole bunch of numbers at me, and I was like, next year. We'll worry about that shit next year. I'm not. Yeah, I'll fix my credit and then we'll worry about the next year. But so I was in the thing of watching all these home renovation shows, and the one thing that you got to worry about is like the old wiring and the fucking zone and shit, and
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna tear down the ceiling and find a fucking midget living in your roof. Like, what the fuck is this? And he's squatting now. He got rights, and you can't kick him out.
I got this problem with my basement. Every time it rains, it leaks.
Oh shit.
Is
So I
it the
got that.
windows?
No, it leaks through the walls.
Did you check to see if there's any cracks?
They patched it up, but they didn't do a good job.
That's probably what it is. It needs to be corked. They probably
Yep.
used cheap one. What they probably did was use something cheap. Whoever did it in the beginning used something cheap, and they didn't use the waterproofing one.
That's what they did because it looks like they put a shit ton of shit on there and then painted
Yeah.
it and then was like, yeah, we're selling this.
You need that quick seal.
The what?
Quick seal.
Quick seal? Like
they sell it at Walmart. You never seen the guy in the boat
Oh no, that shit don't work. That shit
The
don't
fuck?
work.
You serious?
Yeah, that shit don't
Are you
work.
talking about
Look at
Flex
that shit.
Seal? You're talking
Yes.
about Flex Seal.
Yeah, the flex.
Yes.
Yo, you know what's funny? The
You
apartment
said
I
that
had.
shit doesn't work? Hold up.
Yo, it didn't work for me. The apartment we had before, we had like an awning because we lived in the
You know how
basement,
to-
and every time it
You know how to
rained,
use it.
yo, every time it rained, it would leak by the door. I bought the spray, sprayed it. I bought the tape, taped it. I did all the other shit.
That's Flex Tape, baby. That's keeping that together.
Yo, my shit didn't look like that.
Oh,
My shit was white. I don't know.
I'm just saying. I think it works.
It didn't work when I used it. The spray, the tape, the glue, and none of that worked when I used it. But remember, I'm from New York. They don't give us the real shit.
Oh shit. I'm like close up on Kenny's face right now.
Hey.
How do I get out of here? Get me out of here.
You don't
Now
like
I'm close
Kenny's
up on
face?
your face.
Hey, you don't like Kenny's face, bro?
All right, there we go. No, but Kenny and Toe, you guys will be great homeowners. I'm not. So don't take any advice from me.
Nah,
But
man,
then,
you just
you know what? I have to. You think about this. I have to thank my wife for this though, because like we're saving money for the house, and then she's like, we need to open up another account to put money away on that, and two, in case something happens, like the first 6 months that we're there. She's like, because it'll be our luck that everything goes great, and then like 6 months down the line, it just something bad happens. It's like, oh, come on, don't say that to me, please. Like I get
No.
so paranoid.
but you do need that emergency money though.
Yeah, that's why I freaking work like crazy now, and my kids get upset. My mom and my sister too. They like every time we talk to you, you're either at work or going to work.
Yeah.
My sister called me tonight. She was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, I'm going to work. She was just like, on Christmas? Really? She's like, what is there to do? I was like, right now in the building, absolutely nothing. Because the department that I'm in, I work for the mayor's office.
Yeah.
Right. So a lot of the times, like I'm just in one particular building in an area to do overtime. And that's what I'm doing now. So it's like nothing to do. This building is completely closed, but it just in case something happens, I am here. But then I'm in regular clothes. So it's like,
You ready for action?
no, because God forbid something was to happen, and I get like my other like my job phone goes off. Like I literally have to just be like, all right, bye, run, go to my locker, and just start changing my clothes out really quick.
I was gonna say, I thought you were gonna like kick some ass in a son of a nutcracker shirt there for a second.
That's his superhero costume.
Yeah, I only did that one time, and I almost got in trouble because I was sitting someplace else in another building, and I heard like a loud bang, right? And I jumped up. I was like, "What the fuck is that?" And I looked out the window, and two cars collided into each other.
Mhm.
So
cool.
I ran out, and I went to go find out what was going on to make sure everybody was okay. So the person sitting there's like, we haven't called 911 yet. So I showed like my shield and my ID and stuff like that. And I called over the phone, and you got to give me information. And then I stood there the whole entire time. Who walks by? One of my supervisors looks at me and goes, "Why aren't you in uniform?"
Yeah.
So I had to make up something. I was just like, well, I was getting dressed when I heard a loud bang, and I ran out.
Shit. That's funny. My man doesn't give a fuck what happened, what's in the street. There been a dead body. How come you're not in uniform?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, he's a dick.
Yeah, most of them are, man. Most of them fucking are.
I got in trouble for the same thing. It's because I wore a sweater to a dealership, but I had like my vest on, and they got mad at me because they're like, yeah, no, next time full ensemble. We want you to put the polo on with the shield on, and the vest that we gave you, and you got to have your shield on, and you got to carry a fuck. It's like, oh my god. And literally nobody else on the job that I'm at does that.
Yeah.
They wear street clothes.
Yeah. Yeah, I got in trouble once because I was running late and I changed my clothes, and you have to do like this is what I was first on the job, and you have these things called roll calls. So roll call is they tell you what happened the night before, if there's any like any crimes that are occurring, they let you know beforehand so you can look out for it. If any detectives have any like issues, blah blah whatever, right?
Right.
So I'm standing there, and I didn't realize that my undershirt was wrong, right? So I had this one guy, this one lieutenant that would like, he won't say nothing to you, but he'll say certain stuff that'll make people in the room look around and look at themselves and like, yo, is it me? So mind you, in my mind, I'm thinking like, okay, like I didn't do anything wrong. I'm straight. And it was like, yeah, you know, and he goes and says, guys, let me ask you a question. What color is your undershirt supposed to be? Right? So my ass, because you know, I know what it is. I'm like, it's supposed to be navy blue. It's either black or navy blue. Unless you're a lieutenant, then you can wear white because it goes with your white shirt. So you go white on white. He goes, yes, you absolutely correct. I go, all right. And I got a smile on my face, like, yeah, like I know it, like a fucking dickhead, right? And he goes, so let me ask you a question. And mind you, I'm still new, right? He goes, what made you think that you could wear a red shirt and like nobody would know that you have a red shirt? I was like, I ain't got no red shirt on. He goes, look down. I had a red t-shirt on. And I had my uniform on, everything, vest, final on, boom, and the whole nine, hat. And then you just, and I'm like, yo, my face, I felt so embarrassed. And he just looked at me and he was just like, he's like, do me a favor, before you go outside, change your shirt. So now I got to go back inside of a locker room with other people that's in there that's going home. And they just looking at me like, fucking rookie.
Damn, son. Oh, man. Fucking rookie.
I
can
that.
imagine how embarrassed that would have been right after you was like, yeah, that's right. I know my fucking color shirts, nigga.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
I know this
like,
shit,
I
nigga.
know
You
my
guys look
shit.
stupid right now.
Yeah.
I know my shit.
Yeah, you stupid motherfucker.
Like, I know this shit.
Yeah,
Like,
you
yeah, okay,
fucking
idiot. Like, you're the
dickheads.
one with the red shirt, moron.
If it was an anime, you would have seen that big ass water fucking bubble come out your face. Damn, son.
There was only one time that somebody, like, I had a supervisor like pissed me off to the point where I was just like, yo, fuck this shit. I don't need this shit. I fucking quit. Right? And they just looked at me and I was like, yo, I'm not coming back. I literally took my uniform off and went inside the thing, and they had to stop me. They was just like, yeah, relax. What happened? I said, no. And then, you know, it's crazy. And it was like the same year like my dad had passed, right?
Yeah,
so like
yeah.
I was already through like mad emotions, and he just came at me the wrong way. He said something that pissed me off, but it wasn't like well, think about it, and like me and him, we laugh about it or whatever, because I told him, I said, not for nothing, I said, it wasn't what you said, it's not like how you came out, because people yell at me all the time, I don't give a shit, but it was like he said something that reminded me of my dad, and I flipped, and I was just like, yo, the fuck you talking to? That's exactly what came out of my mouth.
Yeah.
And they've never heard me talk like that before. So they was like, what the hell is this? They was like, you need to go to anger management. I was like, yo, fuck your anger management, yo. You can suck my dick. I'm out of here.
Damn, son. I know. Go ahead, Dave.
All right. No, like I had a question about like a case that I got, and I went to go talk to one of my supervisors one time, and I was like, hey, can I ask you a question? And he goes, no, and he keeps walking. That was it. I never got an answer to that question. I never got to ask the question.
What a dick.
I was like, I dick. Like, just walk up here.
Yeah.
This is fine. I still don't get why I'm a supervisor. Like, I don't know how I got promoted, Put my foot in my mouth.
He just goes, no. I'm standing there with a piece of paper, like, oh, okay.
Like,
Merry
fuck
Christmas,
you
Merry
too.
Christmas, sir.
Damn, son.
Man, but I'm sorry, Toe. You were
No,
saying?
it's so good. I mean, it was like, I know what you was talking about, Kenny, because there was one woman I snapped on. It was right after my mom passed. She was like, I'm old enough to be your mother. I said, you ain't old enough to be shit. Yo, I was like, you can never be my fucking. Yo, I went off on her. And Chris was like, yo, nigga, you was harsh. She was like, fuck her, man. And I just walked out. I never apologized to her for saying that, but I just went off. And I was like, I don't know. I don't think I ever saw her after that. But still to this day, I was like, I don't give a shit. You should have known better.
Disappeared.
Yeah. But I was like, you should have known better.
Fuck this guy. I'm
Yeah,
never
but-
gonna see him again.
Yeah, but I know what you're talking about. You just blow up. And it's normal. You just gotta, do the what is it? The
10-second breathing.
no,
Yeah.
fuck. The name it's like something
Besides
control. It's what is it? Fuck. Damage control. There you go. You just gotta do the damage control afterwards. But it happens.
See, I let my anger pent up. I don't try to get mad at work because I don't want people to use that against me later on. So when I'm mad about something, I come home and I'll just I'll either play a song really loud or I'll punch something.
Yeah.
Not someone. I don't want anybody to think I'm
He
punching.
got all this shit that he's fixing now. He's
Yeah.
fucking sitting there punching walls and shit.
Yeah, I'm punching my walls. I have no bed now because I'm punching that. You know how SpongeBob karate chops everything and it breaks?
Yeah.
That's me.
Nah, I hear you, bro.
You have a house. You should just maybe get a punching bag.
Yeah, right?
That's what I used to do with people. Cause I teach. So I used to get all these people that used to get frustrated, when you do self-defense,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I used to have this one girl that she had 1,000,001 problems, and she always used to catch an attitude. And so it kind of reminded me of myself. So then I pulled it to the side and I said, listen, every time you get upset, I need you to tell me. So she would be like, okay. And she didn't know why. And she was like, yo, I'm about to, she'll look at me and we all go by last names. So she'll say my last name and she'll be like, I got to talk to you. I'm like, what happened? She's like, I'm getting frustrated. And she'll tell me what's going on. And then I would take her into the weight room that we had. And we had a single punching bag. That was it. Right. And I would give her the gloves and I would just tell her yo, don't leave this room until you are your arms are completely dead. I don't want you to leave this room until you can't lift your arms no more. And she'd be like, all right. Yo, she used to go in there 2 or 3 times a week. I'm like, yo, something's wrong with you. Yo, shit, you got more problems than I know. But it helped her though, because she passed the academy and she moved on. But you gotta find different ways.
Yeah.
To deal with whatever it is that we dealing with. I'm still trying to find that now because I used to use running as a way to release stress or just get away from my everyday. But with COVID and everything fucking freaking me out, I stopped that, and I think I need to get back to it just to clear my mind a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't like running.
Nah, yeah, I've never been a runner, but
I love running.
You know the crazy shit with me is all right, I tell people I'm a calm person. Everybody thinks I have anger issues, and I'm short tempered. But it's I get annoyed easy. So and I get annoyed and flustered sometimes. I feel like I'm trapped in, and that's where my anger comes. But when I get pissed off, I have to you know how Doctor Strange can take you out of your body and you got the soul there behind you? I get to that point where my a part there's something in me that goes, listen, you can snap and break everything in this room, or you can chill and worry about it later. Majority of the time I go, fuck it, everything in this room and let's go. Last week, somebody called me up asking me for something and I told them no. And the way they responded to that made me feel fuck you. You're just going to do what I say anyway. So I threw everything in the room, smashing the fucking shit that they asked for. And my supervisor comes out of her office and she's like, "What's going on? What's going on? I could call somebody. You want me to call somebody?" I was like, "No." I was like, as calm as possible. I said, "You don't need to call anybody. I'm gonna go handle this shit myself." And yo, I'm like, boom, bow, boom, 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 motherfucker. When I get mad, people get scared and then they just try to like get calm. Like one lady gave me a soda because I got mad once. Like I had all the packages. I had all the
She
packages
said,
on the
just
cart.
thank you.
Yeah, I had all the packages on my cart. And sometimes the elevator doesn't line up with the floor. So I try to get it out of the elevator and all the packages fell off the cart. And I'm like trying to get them out of the elevator so people could, you know, take the elevator. And this, like, everybody trying to get in the elevator was just like walking past me like if I wasn't shit. Instead of for like trying to help or just waiting, they just walk past like, "Fuck you and your packages. I gotta get in this elevator because it's magically gonna move now." So I got pissed off. And like, I didn't know people would hear me, but I got pissed off. I'm throwing the shit. I'm like, I was this close to like yelling at the patients, and a woman from behind the desk came up to me and was like, "What's going on?" And like she's like sat me down and bought me a soda like I was a child. And she's like, "Here, drink the soda."
She wants to give you a hug.
Yeah, she started moving the packages, and I'm like, "Yo, you don't need to do any of this. I'm fine." And she goes, "No, honey."
Like, she's like, "You're not fine."
Yeah, like you have no idea what you was about to do. I was like, "No, my body is like yelling and screaming, but my mind is clear. Like I haven't made the decision of like ripping everyone in this elevator apart yet. Like I haven't reached that level of anger. I'm annoyed right now, and that's why everything's getting destroyed. But they're safe. But yeah, it can get that way when you hold it in sometimes. But if you can get a punching bag, it helps. It's just I used to punish myself by working out. That's why I don't do it as much now, because I try not to punish myself.
Nah, it's never good if you're doing it for that reason.
Yeah.
I used to do that too. I used to try to like punish myself. It's like, well, you fucking deserve this shit, and it was like I wasn't gaining anything from it because it was like anger weight. It was nothing. But no, I got you, though.
No, yeah. Like even when I would run, like my brother's a runner. He was in the Navy, so you know he loved run. He always loved running. I would go to the track with him, and I'll be running, and I'll be in pain. And next thing you know, it's like, "You fat motherfucker!" Blah 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 blah. And I would be screaming at myself, and in my head I would be like, "Yo, this shit ain't making me run faster. It ain't making me run longer. It's literally pissing me." Like in my head, I was like, "I don't think of myself this way. Like, why am I just making shit up?" You know what I'm saying? Like, and then like I'm in the gym, and you can ask Krills, like, we're having fun, but when I'm lifting up this weight, I'm like, "Oh, all right, nigga, you want to be sad because of this? You want to be this because of that? It's like, all right, I'm gonna give you a reason to be sad." And now I got a fucking 295 pounds on my chest because I can't lift the shit no more, and it's rolling in my neck. And Krills is like, "Yo, bro, I can't help you. Like, I'm burnt out." Like, and I was like, "Just let it be. Let it be. I'll be here 15 minutes." And there was a couple of times we had to get other people to help me get the shit off my chest. I was like, yeah, I don't find it fun anymore. It was a, you know what I'm saying? It just it went into a punishment. It's like, I'm like Edge. You know how Edge got to go into that deep part darkness of his mind to go fight Randy Orton? That's me with lifting weights right now.
I mean, talking about mental health, how do you guys feel about your mental health in this year? You know that things a lot better than last year.
Oh, my mental health sucks. I can tell you that off the bat. I feel comfortable talking to you guys about this. You know what I mean? My shit fucking sucks. There are days where like I just don't want to do anything at all. And it's bad when you have two kids. You know what I mean? Like I just don't want to do shit. I don't want to. I'm like, I don't want to answer any emails. I don't want to answer my phone. I don't want to freaking do help with homework. Like I'd rather just be in my room or in the living room like and there's the crazy thing about it is like I won't even turn the TV on. I'll just sit there. So like I think my son starting to notice it because from time to time now I've noticed that he'll just come to me and he'll be like, "Dad, you good?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine." All right, and he'll just walk off. And I'm like, okay. The little one, when he comes, he'll be like, "Dad, I love you," and he'll be like, "You're right." It's because he wants something. That I know for sure.
Yeah.
He gets something, or he wants something. But the older one, he's 9, going on 10, and he'll just look at me. And he'll be like, "You all right? You good?" I'm like, "Yeah." He'll be like, "All right," and then he'll just walk off. He won't ask for nothing. He'll just walk off and go to his room.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
these kids know this shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but
it's weird because I've been in a room full of fucking adults and they don't notice that when I'm going through shit mentally and thinking about shit, and it's like, or maybe they know or they just don't care. Like, I'm gonna be honest. Before this stream, I was at my dad's side of the family, not the one that passed away, the other one,
yeah.
and I was just sitting there and I'm just like thinking about everything, like my dad, my aunt, my mom being so far away, stuff like that, and it was getting me like depressed because I mean I hate Christmas now. I never used to be like that, but I hate it, and it's like I'm sitting there quietly and nobody's engaging with me. It's like everybody's just doing their own thing. That I'm not like I might as well not even have been there. I was just like the couch, basically, an inanimate object. So it was just like it was, it was tough today. So it's so, and I mean, the point I'm trying to get at is it's like the reason why I brought it up is how's your mental health and all that is because mine, I feel like is deteriorating like every fucking day because I got nobody to talk to. When I come home, I got nobody to talk to when I'm with a group of people. I got no like I could be in a relationship if I wanted to, and I know that's kind of whatever, but it's just I don't feel like I'm in the great mental state, and plus I don't even want to be in one because that right there is that takes a lot of mental toll out of you. I was in one not too long ago where I was with this girl and I thought like this was it. This is the girl I was going to be with for the rest of my life. And she did a complete 180 and cheated on me. And all this shit was just, got into my head to the point where, I was, I know I opened up about this the last time, but like I still have suicidal ideations. And it's like that moment in time where she did all that. I was living in Ohio at the time, and she was in Columbus and I was in Cincinnati. And there's this bridge that you go to when you're crossing between Cincinnati and Columbus. And I stopped my car one time and put on the hazard lights, which I don't know why I did that, but put on the hazard lights and I got out of my car and I sat down like on the edge of the fucking bridge. And I was contemplating like going at it and doing the thing. And I didn't do it.
Which
But
I'm happy you haven't. You didn't.
But I was close to. The only thing that stopped me was a phone call from my mom, which is funny enough, asking me when am I coming home tonight? And I said, yeah, I'm gonna come home. And I got back in my car and acted like nothing happened. And I don't know, like ever since that, I just feel like I've just been in a downward slope. Nobody really knows how I'm feeling. Nobody, like I said, nobody really cares. And That's just the way it is. And this is like the only relief that I get is coming on here, talking to two people I've never met or shook hands with in real life. And I have more of a connection with you guys than the people I've known my whole life. And that's just this insane, you know,
Yeah.
thing to me.
Nah, you'd be surprised when you finally do open up to people, like who's receptive and like who's willing to help you. They don't know how, because I'm not gonna lie to y'all. The person I was before my mom passed is a completely different person, and you know I always said is like this podcast would have probably been a lot bigger if I was that person, and most of the time I'm on autopilot. You know, like my favorite holiday was Thanksgiving, and I've noticed more and more I'm forcing myself to actually trying to appreciate Thanksgiving with the little things here and there and all that. And like I feel out of place in Christmas time, and it's almost like you don't want to be happy because the thing that you lost was what made you, like, you wanted to be happy for them. All right, so like I lost my mom, my uncle, and my grandmother within 5 years of each other, and my grandmother passed away New Year's Eve. You know what I'm saying? And that was like 6 months after my uncle passed. And when my mom passed, like I was always tight with my uncle, but when my mom passed, I was even more tight with him. You know, like I was trying to find some kind of normalcy in my cousins and my family through my uncle. And when he passed, it was like, shit, man, all the things I'm accomplishing, like even though I still got my pops and my brother and all, but all the things I'm accomplishing is like my mom and my uncle ain't there to be proud of me, you know? And so it like I feel like a shell. And doing these podcasts, it helps me open up to be more of me, but it's still like I told Show a couple weeks ago, it's like I'm giving you 100% of what I got, but it's only 20% of who I am. You know what I'm saying? So
No, I feel you.
yeah. So and before the podcast, it would have been 5% of what I got. You know, because I opened up to Krills and I opened up to Show and I opened up to another coworker of mine about what I was going through. And once I opened up to them, I kind of thought they were going to do like the normal shit when you open up to somebody and they're like, oh, well, you know, that sucks for you, and just keep it moving. But they actually was like, nah, bro, like we can only imagine what you're going through and blah, blah, blah. And they try to talk to you and listen to you and all that other shit. So some people will hear what you got to say and what you're saying. I'm like, well, it sucks for you. Better you than me is what people say. But then some people that you would least expect it would be like, yo, bro, I've been waiting for you to ask me for help. I just didn't know what help you needed. You know? Because, like, how can somebody help you when they don't know what you're going through? Granted.
Yeah, you're right.
Granted, there are some people that, you know, like, shortly after my mom passed, I got into a situationship with a few different women, and I was taking advantage of, you know, I'm in situations I didn't want to be in. Thank God I ain't get nobody pregnant. But, you know, like, I went through a stage where I was just like, it was almost like to get away from that pain, I went into this pain, you know what I'm saying? And I was in the wrong crowd with different people and all other shit. You know, I'm in the projects at 2:00 in the morning. Like, what the fuck am I doing here? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, it's like, fuck, you trying to find something in these people, but there's never going to fill that void. And then eventually you'll see that not everybody's that sucks to be you type of person, you know?
Yeah.
You can open up to people whether they experienced it or not, and they'll try to help you or at least let you vent. But some of the times you just need to vent, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that's the one wound that doesn't heal with time, at least in my opinion.
Yeah.
You know? And it,
even with this, right? So like when I first started doing this, like just doing like just a podcasting in general. It was just mostly like just like I said, just doing interviews, right? And I remember I think it was it last week when we talked about this and I got cut off
Yeah.
because of the Wi-Fi. Right? So now I could just talk about it a little bit more. Was that like I always say like when me and you talk and I you know you tell me and you tell me about something and I'm like yo I'll help you with it no problem and like I don't look for anything out of it or whatever. It's because like I generally like thank like you and like and like the guys and stuff like that because like even you know Dave will you know back me up on this. It's like it's hard to get interviews with people. So like when that stopped and like your mental health is just completely like shit, or like you reach out, like I send 1,000 emails out a day and don't hear anything back from anybody, or like they tell you no, like that used to like fuck me up at times. Where I used to be like, fuck, this is a project that I'm trying to get myself out of this funk that's working. It's and now all of a sudden you tell me no, or like you don't nobody responds, and then you see these same people that you like hit up where they're like on Facebook or Instagram or wherever the case may be, and they don't say nothing to you, but then they go on like other like you know like shows and stuff or whatever, and you're like, what am I doing wrong? So now you're beating yourself up and stuff like that. So then when I stumbled upon you guys and you started and you showed me different things that you guys are doing, and I was like, damn, I like talking about wrestling. Why not just continue that? Fuck the interviews. Let me just give my opinions. If you see it, you see it. If you don't, you don't. But at least I get to talk to other people. You know what I mean? And I again, if I have, even if it's just interacting with you two now, you know what I mean? It's still two people that maybe haven't even heard my opinions on something. At least I can get it out and just, you know, do something where I could continue on with this project. Because like if I don't, me personally, like if I didn't meet you per se, I don't think that I would have continued on. Like I would just would have been like, well, I don't got no interviews this month. Maybe next month I'll record something, and then the following month, and like the interview that I just did last week. How long ago? When was the last time you heard an interview from me?
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah.
But how many live streams have we done so far?
Yeah.
A lot,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And things are picking up for you know for both channels, and that's why I always go and be like, hey, Toe, if you ever need anything from me, man, just let me know, because I'm just so grateful, you know what I mean? And then just say, and even with Dave, like you know what I mean, just like the conversations that we have, it definitely does help me, you know, throughout the day, because it's like if I need to talk about something, like I know I can reach out to you guys, and you guys are there and stuff like that, and I have my friends that are here in New York and stuff like that. But there's like other times where like I know Dave is going through the same thing that I'm going through, so he'll understand if something. If I'm talking about something, I know he's gonna understand it. I know you're gonna understand it. So it's just like that's why anytime, like even with Dave too, I tell him like, hey, if you never need me for something, just let me know. I don't care. Like, yeah, I'm in New York, but like whatever I can do, like I'm there. You know what I mean? Because I'm like grateful for like the friendships that I've been building so far. You know what I mean? That's why people always like, yo, you're a good guy. Like I'm only good to the people who are good to me. If you're an asshole, I just ignore you. You know what I mean? Like,
nah, I hear you. Shit, and I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate, you know, not for nothing, y'all helped me out a lot more than I've ever asked for. You know what I'm saying? Like Kenny over here is like, yo, I'm working on some stuff for you, Toe. Don't worry about it. I was like, all right. And then the one time that show didn't make the Toe in the show, Kenny's like, send me the link. I'll hop on while I'm at work. And it was killing me because I had no sleep and I had no idea what the fuck I'm talking about. Like,
yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I was like,
I remember that because it was like, because you came, I was driving and I'm like, yo, where's Show? And I remember I text you, I was at a red light. I was like, yo, where's Show? He was like, I don't know. I was like, yo, I'll be at my job in like 10 minutes. Send me the link. I'm gonna hop on. And I ignored everything that I had going on for like a good hour. And I was just like, I'm here. Like, fuck it, let's go.
Yo, yeah, man. And I was like, yo, the first time it happened, I was good because I was just rambling on. I had, you know, my whereabouts. The second time, I was like, yo, Show, where the fuck are you? I'm on 2 hours of sleep, bro. Like, I could have swore I said, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I don't know what to tell you about 17 times. I was like, I don't know what to tell you, bro. I don't know what to tell you, bro. I don't know what to tell you, bro. Like I was talking to
I don't know
Big
what to
Food.
tell
Like,
you, bro.
yeah, yeah. It's like Big Food's asking me questions. Like, yo, bro, I don't know what to tell you, bro. I don't know what to tell you, bro. All I know is I don't know what to tell you, bro. So, yeah, I'm like, my bad. But yeah, man. And then and then seeing you guys getting interviews, like I'm happy for y'all. Like legitimately, I'm like, yo, my man, I'm happy. Like I'm proud of you, pro wrestler. Like David, I'm proud of you because you're getting interviews, and I'm like, yo, I know it's not easy. And you're getting interviews, and then I watch the interviews, and it's there's some good shit going on. Like the first time I looked up Kenny's the call up when Gigi told me about it, it was the dude that does the big the New Day's uniform, the wrestling
Oh,
gear.
you talk about John Davenport.
Yeah. And he's talking about this shit, and I'm like, yo, I never like looked at the outfits, and he's talking about like the Black History Month and all that shit, and I'm like, that shit's actually interesting. Then this girl don't fucking put milk in her cereal like a savage. I'm like, oh damn, like
that shit caught me off guard because she said that. He was like, yo, she said, all right, so you're gonna take the bowl, you're gonna put the cereal, you're gonna take the spoon. And I'm like, all right, you're gonna get the milk, right? And she's like, and then you just go to the couch and you eat it. And I was like, yo. I was like, she put no milk.
Yeah.
You know what? My
I'm
son does.
I'm like, so how do you prepare cereal? And she just laid it all out there. And I guess that's just some things her and her husband do now. They just eat cereal dry.
That's crazy.
I'm like, I can't do that. I'm like, what's the point of the spoon? Because the spoon holds the milk and the cereal. And when you put it in your mouth, it's a good combination. And it's like when you have Cap'n Crunch, that shit cuts the roof of your mouth. That milk like at least the coldness soothes down the fucking cuts. And it's like, it's a lot better. I don't know how she does it.
My son does that. He doesn't like milk in his cereal, but he won't use a spoon. He'll just we buy him the cups.
Yeah.
That has the cereal. So he'll just munch on that while he's in school or whatever. Or he's in the house, he'll grab a cup and just go to his room and
civilized
and eat that. But
that's
she said, yo, I
fine.
grabbed the spoon. She said, I grabbed the spoon. I'm like, yo, just grab it with your hands. Like, ain't no need for a spoon.
See, if you put it in a cup, it's a snack. Beautiful. If you're eating it from a bowl with a spoon, that's a meal. And you're going to have to eat the meal properly. You know what I'm saying?
You're missing the most important step. It's just one more step.
Yeah. It's like, what's wrong with milk? Like, I know I'm weird because I don't drink the milk after I finish eating the cereal.
Me neither.
Yeah, I don't.
Right.
But it's like, come on, man. Like but
the crazy shit about it was when she said the way her husband eats cereal. He does the whole bowl thing too, but he don't put the milk in it. He makes chocolate milk.
Yeah,
he makes chocolate milk and drinks it, and he'll eat the cereal. Say, why don't you just don't put the chocolate milk in the cereal?
Yeah,
like.
But that was a good interview.
Yeah. Like I don't know. Like I wish I could chime into her and be like, hey, I don't know, but if this is a Spanish thing. But when I was growing up, and my grandfather, what he used to do was he used to take coffee, right? And he wouldn't put no sugar in the coffee. He'll just take milk, coffee, put it together, make sure it's light, and then he'll put cereal in the bowl and then take the coffee and dump it in the cereal and eat it like that because he won't use the sugar because there was already sugar in the cereal already.
Oh.
David's looking at me like that's weird, but I've tried it though. It actually tastes good because the cereal gives the coffee sugar, so it gives it that sweetness. So you basically don't really taste too. So it kind of like the coffee and the sugar of the cereal balances it out. That it just makes a really good meal.
Okay.
I mean,
I never heard of that. So
I don't know. Maybe it's his thing.
Yeah.
And I just adapted to it, and I was just like, okay, just like he really loved Chinese food, so he could eat Chinese food like every single day. And I think that's why I love Chinese food. Like I could eat that shit morning, noon, and night and not get tired of it. My wife looks at me like I'm freaking crazy. She be like, "How can you eat Chinese food every single day and not get tired of it?" I was like, "I have no idea. I grew up that way."
Yeah, like I can eat Chinese food every single day. Also, like the original spot from where I used to live, every single day. This new spot, it's like majority of the week we get it. And it's like it's all right. But if it's good Chinese food, yeah, every single day I can eat it. I could definitely eat that. The chicken wings, the ribs, the rib tips, the boneless, the General Chow's, anything. I can eat that every day, but not the fake shit.
I'm a big Mexican food guy. I can eat that every day. Not Chinese. I'm really selective with Chinese. It's either sweet and sour chicken or nothing else.
Mm. Well, it's weird because I think like Chinese and pizza are made different in New York than anywhere else.
They must put. I was gonna say they must do something different.
Well, remember our stray cats are healthy. You know what I'm saying? So the chicken wings, they're thick.
Okay.
You know, in any other part of the country, I don't think the stray cats are that healthy. You know, they.
Because I know for pizza, I know they said it's the water, the New York City water that they use for the dough and stuff like that.
Oh.
That's what gives it like that flavor. Because there's a guy. He even said it too that he left New York and went to Florida, and I think he's either in Orlando or Tampa, one of the two, and he has water shipped in from New York to Florida for him to make his food in the restaurant in Florida. Like there's somebody here in New York City that their job is to fill up tanks of water and have it sent to Florida.
From the tap.
Costly.
Yes, from the tap.
Wow.
Bro, like
is it
that's his job. It's just
is it the rat piss that makes it more like enriched?
I don't know. It's something.
Well,
it's something in New York City.
Don't they put I don't want to say iodine, but some shit for our teeth in the water? Because it's supposed to
fluoride?
Fluoride. Because I think the fluoride is supposed to like stop the corrosion of the pipes or some bullshit like that. I don't know.
But all I know is that that's exactly what the guy does, and that's the dude's job. And I said, damn, I kind of want that job because I don't know how much it paid, but shit, if all I gotta do is fill up buckets of fucking water all day, might as well.
Right? You get a pickup truck, get those gallon shits of water, fill up like 12 of them shit, like 13 of them shits every week. Just drive down to Florida, you know, drop them off. Go to Miami real quick.
I will take you guys to a good pizza joint if you guys ever come up back to Chicago. It's called Vito and Nick's, and it is the best fucking pizza you'll ever have in your life. And it's square pizza, not the triangle stuff you guys do.
And over here we call them Sicilians.
Sicilians, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But they're thick.
Now,
though.
is it flat or is it puffed out?
Oh, they're puffed out. Yeah, no, this one's just
Sicilian. Like, yeah. So we have a Sicilian. Those are called Sicilians here.
Or but Vito and Nick's.
Okay. But I've had the deep dish. I had deep dish from Chicago.
Where'd you have it at?
What's the go-to place that starts with a G?
Yeah, Giordano's.
There you go, that one.
Yeah.
I went the first time I went to Chicago, I went to go run the marathon. So everybody kept telling me, yo, before you leave Chicago, you got to get the deep dish. So I was like, okay. So I got it as a meal, a carb meal to last me, for like the next day. So like I only ate like maybe like 2 slices of it because I was like, I can't finish this. Like my wife was just like, well, I'm not eating this. I'm like not that big of a fan of pizza like that. So she was like, fuck. So I literally was just like, yo, what I'm gonna do with this stuff? Like, I ended up putting it there. Luckily we had like a little fridge and I put it in there and I ate it the next day, like once I came back from the marathon. But
was it good though?
Oh. Yeah, it was all right. I mean, it's not like something that I would eat all the time, but maybe like once in a blue moon or whatever. I'd be like, hey, fuck it, let's go get a pie, and I'll get a deep dish, but I won't eat it by myself.
It used to be like an exclusive thing, like Giordano's. It used to be like a place just located on Navy Pier that you would take somebody if you felt like you wanted to be bougie and get a deep dish pizza. But now it's like, I mean, it's fucking everywhere now. They're so commercialized. Like, you're not gonna get the same Giordano's pizza that you would at the original place.
Yeah.
You know what I
The
mean?
original place is packed.
Yeah. Yep. But man, Giordano's is good. But it's like it's too commercialized now for my taste. So if there's another place, I'll go check it out. And Vito and Nick's is pretty good. So if you're ever in town again, let's go to Vito and Nick's. Let's go watch a baseball game.
I'm coming in September, so
Yeah, around me, I don't know how familiar you are with the Bronx, Kenny, but you know Pelham Parkway?
yeah, I had my first apartment around there.
Yeah, so you know about John and Joe's, right?
Yes.
That was one of the best pizza spots around here, but there's so many. Like, there was one around the block from where I used to live that the slices were like this big, like they were giant slices, and they were like, that was the first time I ever paid $2.50 for a slice. I was like, oh, it's worth it. Now they're like $3 something. I'm like, you're bugging, but because back in my day, a slice of pizza was $1.50. $1.25, and you got 2 slices with a soda for $3. Now it's like a full-on meal. Like, you either get a large number 1 or a slice of pizza. You know what I'm saying?
So I grew up in the Bronx, right? So in New York, like, you know, because Dave's in Chicago. So when you come to New York, we have the 5 boroughs, right? So like, I grew up in the Bronx my whole life, right? All the way until I met my wife. She stayed in the Bronx, living with me for like a good while until we found a place in Brooklyn. So I remember the first night we moved to Brooklyn, I said, yo, I'm hungry. My older son, he was hungry. So I said, what do you want? He goes, Dad, can you buy pizza? So I was like, all right, because he said he loves pizza. So I said, all right, cool. There was a pizza spot down the street from my house, which is closed now, thank God, because they were expensive as shit for like no reason. And mind you, so this is Williamsburg, right? So you already know it's extra expensive.
Yeah.
I go in there and I say, hey, can I get a pie? And the guy goes, I go, yeah. I said, let me get a pie. He goes, okay, no problem. He goes, $16. I said, okay, that's not bad, $16 or whatever. I'm like, all right, what you normally pay in the Bronx, like $16. If you add the toppings or whatever, it costs more. If you add extra shit.
How recent was this?
Oh, this is about maybe like 6 years ago, something like that.
Okay, yeah.
Because my kids are much older now. From that time, the little one, he wasn't even walking or talking at the time. You know what I mean? So I kid you not, this is how they gave me the box. Pretend this is the size of the box. I said, damn, this box looks kind of small, right? Bro, the pizza inside the box was like this. When I opened it, I said, what the fuck is this? Just like that. And my son looked at it and was like, Dad, but where's the pizza? I said, no, this is it. This shit looked like a personal. He bit into the pizza and did not like it. He was like, Dad, I don't want this. I said, y'all spent $16 on this. Somebody's gonna eat this. My wife, like, she ate a little bit, and she's like, nah, this is not my. She's like, I don't like the way they made this. And I was like, I think it was something with the sauce and the cheese or whatever. Like, and then kind of find out, you know, as we got more familiarized with the neighborhood, it was like, oh, that's more of like the hipster pizza place. They're more like, you know, plant-based vegan, those other nonsense. I was like, yo, but they had sausage and pepperoni on the fucking menu. Like, they got wings on this place. They was like, yeah, I I wouldn't buy from them. And then maybe like a year later, they closed.
Nah, son.
But we found a really now because we've been living there so long. Like we found a really good like Italian original. This is like run by like a family that like from like Italy. They like migrated down here and they live in Brooklyn and stuff like that. And like they make like the best pizza. It's a little expensive, but it's worth it though. Like it's worth the money. And my son loves their pizza. Like my son knows the owner of the fucking pizza place. That's how much he loves that place. That the owner of the restaurant, because they seen his name pop up on the screen when we ordered food, he brought the food himself and told my son, "Hey, we're gonna be closed for 2 weeks because we're going on vacation." And my son was sad. He was just like, "Well, when we come back, we'll make sure you're the first order."
Damn.
I was like, "Yo, how do you?" I told my son, "I was like, how do you get connections like this? You're only 9." He's like, "The pizza place loves me." I was like, "Yeah, because we fucking spent so much money in that spot."
Word. You went on vacation because of them?
You know what I mean? Shit, we probably paid for a fucking plane ticket, man.
Hell
Shit.
yeah. It's like, shit, you have no idea what this meant to me to bring my entire family to Italy because you order so much pizza. Shit.
Yeah, if I leave it to my son, he'll order pizza every day.
My brother was like that. Cause I remember when we was younger, I was always the chunky kid. I was like the kingpin, and my brother was skinny. So he was like fucking Daredevil, or whatever. He was skinny and fast, and my pops was always like, "Yo, you know why? Cause all he does is eat pizza. And you can't gain no weight by eating pizza." And I'm like, "That's true, I get it, but fuck pizza. We got pork chops and rice and beans. That's food to me. Pizza's a snack." Like I never understood how pizza was a meal. Like you get pizza on the way home to go eat your fucking like hot dogs. Hot dogs is a snack. You get a hot dog from the vendors because I need something to hold me down until I go get something to eat. You know what I'm saying? And then no shits are expensive now, motherfuckers.
Yep.
Is that a touristy thing? Like, would people look at me and be like, "Oh, yeah, that's a tourist"? If I go up and get a fucking hot dog from a vendor?
No, I think that's more. I think that's something like you have to do. Like when I said, when I went to Chicago, I did everything that they told me to do as like just being a tourist, like to go to the pier and go through the wheel and all that other shit. Like I went through that, and then I went to the bean, and like I took a picture in front of that and stuff like that. Like those, like the stuff like that. Like, and then I ate a Chicago hot dog and I did not like it. I was like, Like I ate it because I paid for it. You know what I mean? But I'm just like,
was it in the water or was it grilled?
It was
probably water.
The guy had it in water. Yeah.
Nah, that must have been fresh water. Nah,
because I'm just like,
because around my job, they have the cars, and then there's a lady that just has the hot dog stand, like the little like her. I think it's her son or somebody helps her push it up the hill. Like she's an old lady. And I went to the car one time that, where you get the bacon, egg, and cheese. And I was like, "Yo, let me get a hot dog." And my man slit that shit down the middle and put it on that little grill. And instantly in my head, I was like, "All right, this is going to be the worst hot dog I've ever had in my life." And I put the ketchup on it and I bit into it. And you know how the oil from the hot dog, when you bite into it, it's like it tastes good?
Yeah.
When that oil gets fried, and it's on the middle part of the hot dog, it's the worst shit I've ever tasted. And then you go to the old lady, and all she just pokes it out of the water, puts it in there, and it's the best hot dog you ever tasted. It's like, yo, that's I wouldn't say a tourist thing because you got to know where to go to get a good hot dog in some of these places. So, but yeah, I would, if you're gonna get a hot dog, go get something to eat afterwards, because that shit ain't gonna fill you up.
Like if you come to New York, right, and you're in the city, for me, the best spot to get a hot dog is the guy that stands on the corner of Madison Square Garden, like across the street from like they used to be the Models. Like that guy right there, I don't know what the fuck he does to this hot dog, like how he's preparing this thing, but it's like the best hot dog I've ever had in my life in New York City. Like he's on point, and I think that's why he's always there. And somebody tried to fight him for that spot, and he fought them. Like he was about to stab the guy in the chest. Like I remember this because it was caught on video.
Oh shit!
Right? And he almost got locked up, but they end up but he claimed self-defense. So and then the video shows that like the guy just kept coming at him, so that's why he pulled up the knife. But anyway, but he's one of like the best guys you can go to like get a hot dog from if you're in the city. So my suggestion, whenever you come to New York City, I mean, obviously, you know, one of us will come pick you up. I mean, he's not gonna leave you in the city like that. Yeah. But I would take you to Madison Square Garden and we have a hot dog over there.
That'd be awesome.
Yo, I try not to be in the city too often. Like Times Square and all that. To me, that's an amusement park. There's too many people. I don't like being touched. Like I went there for orientation one time and I'm walking down the block and there's like 1,500 people on that fucking block. I'm like, yo, like it's like the movies. Like I'm like doing all this shit and I'm like that close from just grabbing somebody by the throat and walking with them just to let people know I'm not fucking around. Like I just want to walk down the street without somebody touching me, like type shit. You know what I'm saying? That's why I try to stay out of the city. I don't like the amusement park of the.
I've done that. I've literally tapped people and tell them, yo, can you move out of the way?
Oh, I say excuse me once, and that's for the whole day. It's like if the first like excuse me, if they don't move, every single one of these motherfuckers push, boom, 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 get the fuck out the way, man.
You give them the shoulder.
Yeah. It's like you'll find some of the rudest motherfuckers in the world here.
Oh, we got plenty of those people here too.
Nah, yeah. So. I can imagine.
What's crazy about it is I love Chicago. Everybody that I met that came from Chicago was so nice. They made me feel at home. So now Dave's like, nah, they're a bunch of assholes. It makes me scared now because I'm like, damn man, they lied to me.
Well, you know what it is? Because they don't have to worry about getting shot anymore. You know, I heard some shit about Chicago. It makes the Bronx look like, you know, like we soft.
They don't call it Chirac for nothing over here.
What I want to see is Chinatown again in Chicago.
Dude, there was just a shooting there like 2 weeks ago.
Holy shit.
There was. It was a 14-year-old kid.
Crazy.
Man.
You're not safe anywhere.
That's true.
That's why I don't watch the news. There was one time I woke up and my pops was watching the news. It's like another 3 dead in the Bronx, the shooting or whatever. And I'm like, damn, son, like the only thing we got from the Bronx on this fucking Channel 7 news is someone's dying. Like someone killed somebody. Like no one learned how to read today. Like, like there's nothing special. Like a kid in the Bronx, you know, did a hand painting of a turkey for Thanksgiving. Nope. But as it happened, 2 people got shot. Yeah. I remember one time up the block from me watching the news, like the Bronx 12 shit, News 12 the Bronx, watching that shit, and it was literally up the block from me. Some dude chopped off another dude's head with a samurai sword. And
I remember that
because it was up the block. So the story was this girl was at a laundromat with the dude she was cheating on her boyfriend with, and the dude caught him and said, "I'll be right back." And the dumbass motherfucker waited for him, and he came back with a samurai sword, chopped his fucking head off.
Let me tell you something. If I'm with a girl and her boyfriend show up, he's like, "Yo, I'll be back." I'm like, "Listen, it was really nice knowing you. I'm out."
Nah,
I don't know what he's gonna come back with.
I'd have been like, "Yo, listen, he coming back for you. I'll hit you up later. Call me if you survive this, and then I'll be out.
Like I'm gonna check your Instagram later, make sure you're all right."
Yo, if a dude says I'll be back, it's because he has a gun in the trunk or he's going to get one. You be back to who? I'm not gonna be here when you come back. Listen, nah. You gonna have to chase his ass down and fuck him up there, or when he leave, you leave. Then hit up Shorty, be like, all right, yo, did he calm down? Matter of fact, fuck him, yo. Let's go over to someplace he ain't never been before. Let's go to Brooklyn. Let's get this pizza that Kenny be talking about all the time. Yeah, I'm gonna go into the pizzeria and be like, yo, you know Kenny's son? Yeah, I'm good friends with Kenny. Let me get a discount.
Like, oh, we got you, little man. I'm like, the fuck?
Shit.
Like, you got the juice.
Word. But yo, it's crazy because, man, growing up, it used to be like that. We had a pizzeria around the corner from us. It was Flo's. That was the name of it. And my mom and my pops knew the woman who ran it, and she always had this thing: if you was a student, you get a free drink with your pizza. And they had the Italian ices, and they always had the bubblegum icy in there we used to love, or the chocolate icy. And you know, that was a thing. If I walked in there, everyone in there know who I was. Hey, yo, blah, blah, blah. Like, let me get a slice and this and that. And it was like family shit. Now you walk into the store and you'll be lucky if the dude who's behind the counter says hi to you. I don't know if it's like that for you, Kenny, but like there'll be times I'll be like, hey, how you doing? And be like, like, I don't know what that means, but
now the guy at the corner store, he knows my kids very well now. So he kind of like, hey, buddy, how are you? Like, I'm good. And then we have a really good like sandwich spot. And I barely go in there, but the guy remembers everybody because he lives in the neighborhood. It's called Anthony's and Sons.
Okay.
Right? And he remembers everybody. I don't know how this man does this, but he remembers everyone. And he goes, hey, my friend, what's going on? Like, how's the kids and stuff like that? I'm like, oh, they good. I'm like, oh, like I haven't been in here for like 2 months. Like, how the fuck you still remember me?
Hey, some people are good at that, man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. There's this guy that not me, but my dad knows. I just know him by proxy.
Mm-hmm.
He has his own body shop, and he does like tinted windows and all that stuff. He hadn't seen him in like 2 years, and we walked in there the other day so he can get some boat seats fixed. And he's like, oh, it's like, holy shit, you know. It's like, you remember me? He's like, yeah, I remember you. You know.
Make sure I get that discount.
Word. No, but yo, that's that. At least growing up, like that aspect of the neighborhood was what I thought was like one of the best parts of growing up. Because like, at least for me, I don't like. There's a Walgreens down the block that I go to all the time because they take card. You know, I don't have cash on me, so that's why I don't go. And plus, it's a little closer than the bodega. But I see these people every time. Like, I'm literally in there almost every other day. And I'll say hi to them. And they're like, hey, welcome to Walgreens. And nothing. The old, like, around my job, I have more rapport with the people that work in the stores than I do around my neighborhood. Yeah. I'm like, what the fuck? Like Cruz lives there, and I know people. I'm like, hey, what's going on, man? How you doing? He's like, how the fuck you know him? I'm like, I don't know. I just say good morning. Meanwhile, I say good morning to people in the Walgreens, and they're like, fuck you, fuck your life. It's like, I didn't know you didn't want to be here. I'm sorry that I made you be here. You know,
that's like the coffee guy around here. Like, I've known him since I've been on the job for 7. I've known this guy for like at least 5 years. Since I started working around here. And like he knows, like I don't go to nobody else because he knows how to make my coffee the way I want it.
Yeah.
Like,
how do you like your coffee, Kenny?
Huh?
How do you like your coffee?
Light and sweet.
Yep.
2 sugars, 3 sugars.
That's gotta be it. Yo, that's gotta be like a Bronx thing, bro.
Yep.
I tell my boy, yo, I don't drink coffee. Like, I go to Starbucks and I get the green tea or the strawberry kai, whatever the fuck, just because, you know, it tastes good and the chicks there are cute. But, like, I go get coffee from the stand and I tell him, like, yo, boss, light and sweet. He's like, all right. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful. You tell somebody else light and sweet and that shit burns your fucking mouth. And I was like, yo, my man, you put half a grain of sugar in this shit? Like, yeah.
He makes the hottest coffee I have. So sometimes like I tell him like, yo, man, you know how I like it? He's like, I got you. Extra hot, yes.
I hate that shit, man. I hate fucking hot
I
coffee.
love it. Nah, I can't. I love it.
Oh no.
I don't know why. It just like coffee doesn't keep me up. Coffee,
Yeah.
like if I was to drink coffee right now, I'll start to fall asleep.
Nah, I hear you. But I can't.
It's just the heat.
I can't. If it burns my mouth, I can't do it. Like, I can't drink iced coffee, but I can't have something that's like fucking super hot. Nah.
Right.
Iced coffee, I only like it from 7-Eleven.
Shit, there ain't too many 7-Elevens by me. Like there's one by me, but that's it. Yeah, I don't.
David's falling asleep.
Yeah, I see that.
Huh?
I see him yawning. Well, we about to wrap it up. We've been on for a while, but yeah,
No, man, I'm good. I'm good. I thought the movie had good cinematography.
Yeah, man. The director was good. You like the direction of the movie?
The direction was good.
And
plus you have to be someplace at like 2-something in the afternoon.
yeah, that's
so.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like
12 hours from now.
yeah, and the fucking show, man. Yo, I swear to God, the Last Dragon review. Yo, this bitch wanted to fuck him the whole movie. Like, that's all you got? Is Vanity wanted to fuck Leroy this whole time? Oh man.
What stream was it when he said the most famous quote? It was like, "That's a good question. What came first, the chicken or the mother?"
Shit, we was talking about that had to be the comic book because Cat was on there, and we was talking about the chicken or the egg, and I was saying how Neil deGrasse Tyson was explaining that. Damn, that was fuck the
It was. Yeah, you're right. I know what you're talking about.
I don't know.
I thought it was the movie one.
Nah, yo, Dave, have you went back and ever watched like any of their old old episodes?
No,
So,
no.
all right. So when I like just real quick because I don't want to take like so long, right? But if you ever get a chance, and Toe will remember the actual like title, and it had to be a Toe in the Show episode. And I remember I did the wrestling. I saw the wrestling one, and I said, "Damn, they have other shows." I mean, and I checked out the Toe in the Show one, and he talked about his cell phone. He was trying to buy a cell phone, right? And I went back to listening to that. Yo, I've never spent because before, like now he does the format where he ends it at midnight, right? So you see, like all the shows end at midnight, even Toe in the Show. Sometimes, unless they really in depth about something, that they'll go past midnight. But before he used to do like 4-hour shows. I'm like, what the fuck are they talking about for 4 hours? So I just clicked on one, and it just so happens to be the one that I always make fun of, right? Is Toe trying to buy his cell phone, and them telling him due to New York State law, he cannot buy the cell phone. Yo, I spent 4 hours, 4 hours of my life. But it was the best 4 hours that I gave this man of my life to hear him have a whole conversation. And not only did he go in depth about the whole cell phone thing, right? He calls customer service while he's doing the show, right? Texting them, trying to purchase a phone from somebody else, and them telling, and it almost went through. And the girl goes, "Oh, there's an issue due to New York State." I said, "Holy shit!" I said, "Yo, this nigga can't buy his cell phone."
Yeah.
Yo, when I looked and the show was over, I said, "Yo, this shit was 4 hours." I was like, "Holy shit!" That's what I told him because he was just like, "Oh, maybe we should shorten the shows," and I was like, "No, don't do it." I was like, "That was the best 4 hours I spent the entire week."
No, yeah, bro. That was hilarious because
you gotta go back and you just gotta like one day if you're bored, even if you don't have to sit there and like watch it, but just let it play in the background. You'll stop yourself in your house and you'll be like, "Wait, what the fuck did he just say?" And you'll want to go back and be like, "Wait a minute, no, what is going on here?" Because sometimes
I'm looking for that specific episode.
Yeah, I cut it out of the stream and it made like just that part an episode. The thumbnail has Sprint on it.
Oh.
But yeah, man, yo, dude, I remember that because that morning at work, I was on the chat with Sprint, and they're like, "No, you can't buy it because of this, and this." And I was like, "This bitch didn't know what she's talking about," because like I'm already past the thing. Like it's giving me an option to buy and for some blah blah blah. And yo, if I went on Sprint right now, I could show you. It says purchase the cell phone in full or continue the lease. And I'm like, well, T-Mobile's about to turn off the 3G, so I can't, like, it'd be pointless to buy the cell phone because I wouldn't have service for it. So, due to state law, I can't buy it now. You know? But yeah, man, yo, dude, and Lay was there. Lay was like witnessing this whole thing live, and he's like, "What the fuck?" I'm in the chat, and I think her name was Jessica. We was talking to. Yeah, it was. That was magic.
Like one of that. And that's how I was like, yo, I gotta continue watching other shows that they do because that shit was funny. I was like, well, I don't know what the hell's going on. I was sitting there, and my wife was just like, "Are you still watching this?" It's like, yo, this shit is funny as hell. She's like, "Well, I'm going to bed." Like, all right, good night. And I just stood in my living room listening to this.
Did you rewatch the whole thing Christmas Feast?
No, I didn't get to rewatch that one yet. Usually I watch it at work.
I gotta watch that myself.
Yo,
the funniest thing ever. I edited it because I thought it was so great. Was the fucking moving of the fucking thumbnail?
Yeah.
Do you remember when like Show just died laughing?
Yep.
Kenny.
Oh no,
I don't think I was there for that part.
Yeah, Kenny wasn't there for that. No.
Oh, you gotta see that.
I think it was Kenny who was doing it. Like every time Kenny would come in and out, I think he was trying to connect, and it was like the last time, you know, like I think you probably must have gave up. Somebody was coming in and out of the Discord, and every time someone came in and out of the Discord, it would move.
Oh,
everybody's
that was me.
camera. So I had to switch the fucking thing because I was blocking my screen because I was showing my screen on Discord. But I didn't want to show my screen on the stream, so I had to block it. And every time somebody came in and out, it moved. So I moved it, and it was like, fuck. It was like, and I just finished the problems with the fucking OBS Ninja, and I'm like flustered at just kind of like moving, and yo. Show sees this and he knows exactly what I'm thinking, why I hate Discord, and like he knew exactly what was happening in my brain, and he just started dying, and that's why I started dying with him. So it was like, this nigga, he knows, we know what's going on.
You gotta rewatch that though, Kenny. It was funny as fuck.
Yeah, it was funny.
I gotta sit there and watch that.
That made, I gotta say, like it was cool to hang out with everybody and talk, but that made the whole fucking night. Like all the frustration with me trying to get in for like a whole fucking hour and a half, and my audio, which is still a problem apparently. But man,
it's not a problem now because I figured out that because I have a mixer, so if I turn off the system volume in my headphones and in the stream, I only hear you once now, so we good.
We're good.
Yeah,
we did it.
we fixed it.
Fuck yeah. But yeah, I'm fucking tired, guys.
No, yeah, I hear you, bro. Yeah. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. Well, about to be 4. And on that note, everybody, it's your friendly neighborhood knuckleheads with the Pro Wrestling Podcast and the DaCallUp Podcast. Wishing y'all a Merry Christmas.
Merry
good
Christmas.
Night.
Merry Christmas.
Out. Peace, everybody.
Oh, shit.
Somebody get our phone call.
Yep. Right when we finish. No, tell them we are filming. You are rude.
Yeah.
The Jackie Chan shit.